Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but I was exposed to feel. Supposed to feel. How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Late Night Culture Show. That's right. We are having some late night entertainment here. I am joined by some mammoths in the community, some amazing human beings. And there are more to come, but we have to address, the fact that we have a distinguished gentleman with us this evening, somebody who's watched more movies than you have this year. Well, actually, more movies than you probably have in most of your lifetime. Well, probably the last 5 years. I don't know. But Jacob's watched a lot of movies, like hundreds, like this year alone. And he's reviewed them all. And he's said things that are both good and bad. And I hope he does that tonight here as well. What's going on, Jacob?
I mean, I'm doing better than those Indian people who were on that theme ride that crashed and thudded. And if you guys seen that video, that shit was crazy.
I did not. I heard it. I did not see it. Yeah, it didn't sound good. Yeah, it's kind of like on the same pace or a par as like the guy that was threatening to crash a Beechcraft plane into a Walmart. Yeah, it's crazy.
That was a weird story.
There's a lot of weird stories out there in the world, and yes, I am dressed like an FBI agent. You could call me Ryan Cannell, but you'd be wrong because I'm not. In Culture Casino. I had a good time getting here tonight. Yes, I boomered it. The boss told you I was not prepared. But Jacob and I were hanging out in the back room, and we are joined by, our friend from down under, probably the best editor on the planet, and a dude with a hairline that's fastly finding his backside. It's Mr. Grant Gregory. How's it going, buddy?
That was a shot.
Yeah, I feel like it's a shot at you're taking a shot at the two bald guys in the panel with locks like that. I mean,
love the balds.
We're in protest. Balls live matter.
Damn straight it does.
Balls life matter. That's what BLM stands for. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yep, had her on this whole time.
Oh, look, we have an entire trade paper that has decided to go straight up Antifa, but we'll get there tonight. I promise. I have a story that's going to blow your mind. And wow, and Jacob brought the fire tonight too. Jacob, what was the last movie you watched? Because I love to ask this question every time I get you on the show on Sunday.
Are we talking new movie, like new release, or just movie in general?
Just a movie. What's the last thing you watched? Because I know you just watch stuff. He's watching.
Just last night, I went to the 10:30 showing of Jaws in 3D. So,
yeah. What did you think?
It's a great movie. The movie itself still holds up, but there's no reason for it to be in 3D whatsoever.
Okay. All right. And I agree with you. The movie itself is pure, wonderful cinema, right? It is the heart of horror. It finds a way to, put you on the edge of your seat, but it does not need the 3D. So, yeah. No, thank you. And what would you rate that film? 3D or no 3D? What do you think Jaws is, if you're going to put a rating on it?
I would give it maybe between a 4 to a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow. So doing well. Yeah. Good film. Even for a film that old, which is amazing, right? Because you're a young fella. Yeah. I'm an old fella, and I saw that film when it came out. So that I'm an old fella, and I still think that thing rocks a 4.5. But again, I'm a horror buff. I'm that kind of a guy. I want you to challenge my psyche with horror.
Yeah.
I want you to.
It's a little thing called practical effects that we just don't do anymore.
That's right.
So if you're into horror, I've got a really cool, interesting movie that I watched recently called The Shark Side of the Moon. It's about a shark on the moon. Yeah. It's so good that even during one of the actual scenes in it, they actually forgot to replace the thing that didn't render and just kept the 2 or 3 frames in there of
that sounds legit.
But it's still not the best film that I watched this week. I watched a movie called Top Gunner Danger Zone. It actually has a Kenny Loggins soundtrack on it. They got sued for that because they didn't have any rights to it. And it is about aircrafts, but it's about a passenger jet. Passenger jet and it being hijacked. So very similar to that one. But the best film that I've seen is Sharkula. By far.
Sharkula.
Yes, it's what happens when a vampire bites a great white shark and it goes on a rampage. Shark.
Well, there you go. Oh wow. Okay.
All films that came out this month, by the way. So
I amazed, first of all, that any of those exist in this. We're in a weird timeline, folks. I don't know what happened, but you joined us here in this very strange place. And but look, you joined us here, so let's say hi to you guys. There's a lot of you here. We got DS Ford out there. We got Dragon Master 360 out there. OC Dobbins is out there. Good to see you. Dr. Dragon doesn't have his cup of coffee. Maybe that's just a morning thing. Let's see. Some other folks popped in here, like Kathy saying speakers on the channel and chat. Greetings. Yeah, we have a great group of panelists. And yes, hopefully you turned up your audio for the intro. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the intro that we have, the intro trailer provided by the Cotton Connection. I love everything that we get from obviously our friends over there, from Floral in particular recently, but Cotton Connection, everybody over there, Snow Dub and the whole gang. You guys are amazing. Thank you for giving us a little pre-show entertainment every day. Das Wolfen is here, sporting the thumbs up avatar. Thanks for that, my friend. So many more folks rolling in here. My love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. Oh wait, it's the Culture Boss. She's hanging out with us tonight. Apologizing for me and my boomerness. Soul Assassin, the Chatimal is here. We got Tim Hayes, who recently upgrade to a high roller, which means he's going to appear on this week's High Roller Meet the High Roller streams, which is coming up here this week, guys. Yeah, I am a boomer, dear. Thank you. Let's see who else is here. 70s, what's up, bro? Good to see you. We gotta get 70s back in here. I think he'd have a good time. Whoa, we got the Common Nerd here. Saw the Common Nerd hanging out over on MVP stream. Did any of you guys catch that? It was a good one. They did a great job over there. You had the geeks and gamers folks playing some Mario Kart and rip a beating down Jeremy tonight. That was awesome. And just good times over there as well. Let's see. Cat sits here saying hello. Sorry, I'm dominating the conversation. We got Luke here. What's up, Luke? Holla if you hear me. Holla indeed. Mephisto's here. He's driving to work, so I'm gonna leave a hail. Well, hail to you, my friend. Good to see you. Be safe, please. Awesome ones hanging out. We got Darth Scipio in the house. Good to see you, brother. So many others, including grumpy old ninja Kentaro OA, who promotes everybody on the planet. This guy's busy promoting everybody, even when he's at work, and I appreciate it. You are the man. Let's see who else is hanging. We got Dexter Morgan, one of my favorite characters of all time. Showtime, really, peak Showtime was this dude's show. Sorry.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just
you're not counting like all like the Skinamax stuff.
No. But I mean, like, I'm sorry, Dexter Morgan. Fantastic. 16th century French harpsichord. All right. I feel like you're into let's see, Interview with a Vampire. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Brahma Bull is here. He says, that was crazy. Which part, brother? Which part?
He was talking about the Indian Rye collapse.
Oh, yeah, no. God. Dude, it's rough. Caffeinated Wolf, my buddy. Yeah, Culture is an FBI, CIA. I am not. Well, I am currently working for no government entity whatsoever.
You strike me more of an NSA type of guy more than
I am currently working for no government entity at the moment.
Yeah, no government entity. Yeah.
There you go. And Caffeinated Wolf, look at that handsome avatar. This is a guy. Well, he does stuff. He plays games. He does some other stuff. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to reveal the other stuff he does, but he's kind of a superhero and kind of cool dude too. So let's see who else is here. We got Snowdub here, dude. Snowdub, your show, dude. Chef's kiss, dude. Chef's kiss. Loved it. You guys are amazing. I loved it. I'm so stoked that everybody's here. I think I said hi to Awesome One. We got Classic Cult Cage. Gonna get Classic Cult Cage over on the Sunday Culture Review in the morning next week. So be looking forward to that. I'm stoked. We got the lovely.
It's not like she's doing anything right this second. Just a quick little shout out to Cult Classic Cage. If you haven't subscribe to her right now. She made a note that she went to go see Jaws at home in 4K because she didn't want to go see it in 3D. So shout out to Cassie doing anything she possibly can to avoid human interaction. So,
hey, you know what? I respect that madly. Speaking of respecting things madly, we have the Toxic Man Flu joining us this evening. How are you, sir?
Good. You know what? I tore my office up so I can put in some conduit and run cat cable to my wife's office. Yeah. And getting the battery backups out. The brownout that we had, which I'm sure there will be more. On Monday, was right in the middle of one of her classes. So, yeah, it sucked. So we were setting that up. Oh, I think I'm a little hot.
Quick little shout out to California bringing back rolling blackouts after
baby. Hey, I remember when they sued Texas for not selling electricity to them.
Yeah, you know what? The 90s are coming back in California hard, baby.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But no, I watched the Game of Thrones thing tonight, and I know that you were coming on, and I thought it's a pretty ballsy thing to go up against Gary doing a Game of Thrones review. So it's like I'm joining the in crowd.
Hey, look, Gary does a great job of covering that. There's no doubt. And I watched Hot D. You know, I'm not gonna be really high on it. Not gonna be really low on it. But I have to say that in comparison to almost everything else that's come out recently, it's a good show. That's my review.
Yep. It's like going to the bar and to pick up chicks, and everybody there's a 5 and under, and you take the 5.1 home.
Oh yeah, well,
it is Game of Thrones.
Beat the average. Beat the average.
Just barely. But yeah, hey, it's Tim on Flip.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I
Hey-o.
was just laughing at the chat because it's someone that mentioned, California, the same state that just made the announcement that they're going to be banning all gas cars in 13 years. 2 days later, made the announcement, hey, you shouldn't charge your electric car right now because it's bad for the grid.
Mhm.
So that situation will totally get better in 13 years, I'm
You
sure.
gotta watch yourself with that stuff, man.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Ew.
Sounds like you're loading like a clip right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
I
I was working. I'm doing like 4 things at once, which is hard for a
It's
man.
fine. I mean, if you're
Hard
if
for a
you're
man.
making sure that you have enough hollow point rounds in your 9mm, I understand.
I mean, it
I
takes a
just
lot of
got,
work to, be on a podcast and hold the family hostage at the same time. I mean,
Yeah, it does really. I mean, so what was that great film?
Jacob, I told you that with confidence.
With not Dennis Miller. Who's the guy, the fireman show guy that I also think is great. But was The Ref. The film was called The Ref. It was great. Leary, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, yeah, that was so great. What an incredible film! Like juggling all those balls like at the same time, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Great cast too. Except that one of them was a crazy psychopath we didn't learn about until later, and it wasn't Dennis Leary. Let's see. Cosmic Squirrel is here from the Cosmos. He was in a Netflix show about politics. Spacey? Yeah, crazy. All right. Luis, what's going on? Luis Esquerdo says, hey guys, well, greetings, my friend. New Bomb Turk. Dude, I got to meet this guy. Cool as F. Good to see you, man. Let's see who else is here. We got a lot of great people. We got the Legion of Memers, the official channel, and we lost Tox. So he must have accidentally done something.
No, it's probably a family he was holding up. No, it's kind of hard to pull focus on two things.
Sydney Sweeney, boobs are too hot to be canceled. You know what? That's true.
Do not disagree.
Dude, they tried hard to cancel her. I mean, hard. And you know what? Girl stood her ground and quality. Stand your ground, dude. You can't be canceled unless you're willing to be canceled. Yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm really excited to introduce one of the amazing folks from the Cotton Connection. Our buddy, it's Puff. Hi, Puff. Okay.
He looks well.
Welcome back to the Puff Stuff Show. I'm your host, Puff, with my co-hosts, Ords, and some black guy.
Okay.
No. That's the other YouTuber. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Puff, just so you know, you're like 12 hours the wrong direction on your time frame. This is the late night culture stream.
Where?
No, over here. Look, turn. Hello. Yeah, it's here.
Oh, hey, Culture. What are you doing here?
Up, yeah, good to see you. Yeah, you're 12 hours the wrong direction from the Puff and Stuff show, bro.
Oh no, that's not good, man. Okay, well, I got an important question.
Shoot.
Okay.
You got any weed?
Well, you know, I'm on YouTube right now.
Oh, so after the show, man.
I pulled a bunch of weeds in my backyard this morning.
I can't. You know what, bro? Where's Snow? Have you seen him?
Probably.
I think he's in the shower, man. I can go get him though.
So yeah. I'm. Hey, have you talked to Words recently? He owes me a phone call.
I don't know, man. I think I've seen him last week. He was really stoned.
True, that's true. That's kind of normal. But he's supposed to talk to me today, dude. Like he was hanging out with some other.
He's saying you ghosted him.
He's bad about texting back, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ghosted by a puppet. There has to be a new low in the life of culture.
It truly is. I mean, but at least I get some uplifting things occasionally from Jin Wong with an Australian $5 saying, what people don't realize is no government agency is the official name of the government's top secret spy agency. So named for obvious reasons. Indeed.
Anyone know the conversion rate on Australian dollars?
I can't. No, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know how any of this works, to be honest with you. I'm done knowing things. And yet, next week, this coming week, and starting tomorrow, I'm releasing a bunch of videos. Hopefully, Grant's working on the one that I put out today. Thanks. I'm going to get in trouble this week, guys. Gonna happen. I'm covering stories that are uncomfortable for everybody.
Jacob, an Australian dollar, you need $1.47 to equal $1 US.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So that's yeah.
Hey, this is an interesting fact that I covered a few days ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago now. The euro is no longer at parity with the US dollar. It dropped below parity.
It dropped below parity with the dollar. There we go.
Yeah, all of our country's monies are just doing great right now. Very, very great things. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have been to a grocery store recently, but I mean, the dollars is really holding up strong when you go to buy food right now. It's just great. Everything's great.
Mm-hmm. Gas.
I don't believe you. Okay. Anyway, no. Eric K just gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. If you want to receive one of those, the magic way to make that happen is to go and make sure you are on Top Chat. Live Chat, not Top Chat, and then accept the gift. If you are not a member here, you'd like to be a member here, you accept the membership, and you're a member, and then I'll give you access to another member stream this month, which I'm obligated to hold. So hopefully, get a chance. And not only that, you'll get added.
You holding?
You'll get added to what do you call that? The credits. There's a credit thing that I make happen. What? Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me?
You were having to hold your member.
I am not going to do that. I'm going to do that. Ironcasters here says Demolition Man. One of my favorite films ever, to be honest with you.
Which one?
Demolition Man. It's the one that predicted the future. Stallone was in that, and that super hot brunette chick.
The whole Taco Bell thing. Yeah.
Wasn't the Sandra Bullock?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Sandy smoking.
What did you think about when she married Jesse James, the car guy?
Yeah.
Were you shocked when that happened?
I was, but it made a lot of sense. He was kind of a down-to-earth kind of guy. Look, Hollywood types go looking for people outside of the Hollywood sphere. The problem is he was part of the Hollywood schmear, but just in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
She'd have been better off marrying the other Jesse James, who was an adult entertainment at the time. But hey, just an opinion. It is what it is. But no, I mean, seriously, if you are in entertainment and you are a star, look for a normal person. Look for a doctor.
Yeah, don't date actresses. Actresses make terrible wives.
And decisions.
That too.
All both. Yeah.
Do you really want to be with somebody who can act?
No. See, that's a big problem. And look, our buddy Superman, if he wasn't scared of Green Rock, says, "Hail, Culture Casino." Hail to you, my brother. Thanks for being here. Says, "I just want to thank you for your encouragement and advice. Today I was super productive and got the Legion of Memers YouTube channel, the merch store, and Twitter going." I know I saw, brother. And congratulations, everybody. Check out the Legion of Memers. It's real now in a big way. They have their own YouTube channel. They got their own merch, and their Twitter is official. So check them out. They're killing it. Love it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you and your support. Man, yeah, LOM indeed, Mr. S.E. Step. For whatever reason, I'm just going to say S Step forever, and you can be mad. Just be
what
mad.
Does hashtag LOM mean?
Legion of Memers, bro.
Oh, I was spelling it out the whole thing. Okay.
LOM.
The LOM.
The LOM.
It's the secret LOM.
Look, 6 wants for $5. Horse. Well, this is not the right channel for that. I don't have those clips, and no.
I thought that was a game you played with a basketball.
No. This is Amaranth, like slurping a microphone with a horse mask on. What's up, Puff?
That's the wrong show, man. She's talking about the Cotton Council show, man.
I know.
Night.
Yeah, I know. It was there. Yeah, there
I like Six's avatar. It looks like a brain.
I know, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It looks like someone's brain on acid.
Yeah, like there's smoke coming up from a bong.
Let's smoke, man. Yeah, good idea.
It's like when you smoke DMT and then you start talking to demons. I mean, jesters.
Wait, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Dragon, man. I'm not a demon.
Wait, Smoke DMT.
Well, I mean, that's what Joe Rogan likes to say. That's probably why he talks to so many demons. He's just doing it wrong.
Oh wow, man.
Wow, bro. All right. Okay. Well, I think Caffeinated Awoken, what's up, brother, says if it's Ords, he was probably too high to remember to call you. You know what? I talk to Ords once in a while, text with him. Yeah, I actually talked to him during the show today. If you guys watched the show.
Yeah, I remember that. I was watching that,
Yeah, dude was Fraggle Rock today, but it's cool. I love it.
It's a good show, man. Snowed Up was at work though, so his audio sucked.
Well, it was fine.
That's
what
right.
is up?
Snowed Up was just keeping it real.
Indeed.
Yeah, I guess so. Gotta pay the bills, man.
Hey, I'm waiting for some fine dining at Taco Bell because in the future.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's get some munchies.
There you go. All right. Wait, where's Polly? Is Polly here? He's always invited. Heron of Alexandria is here. I can't believe there's. I love you guys in the weirdest way. You're incredible human beings. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is true.
What does the poll say, Culture? Are we winning?
Well, it looks good. The poll looks good. We'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. But Thomas Connors, according to Darth Scipio, his ultimate goal is all Taco Bell restaurants. That's right. Every restaurant will be Taco Bell. Especially if Tom wins.
I have something for
the United States of Taco Bell.
Yeah, man. And vote for Puff, man. Vote for Puff.
Hey, it's the Gil Command. What's up? We got Becky Brown. Hey, sweetie, saw your text message. Sorry I didn't get back to you, hon. I apologize. The 3 seashells, yes. If you know how to use those, teach others because that looks like it's going to be rough.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Let go. Loss of Tickle Trunk. Oh my. Yeah, I don't have that clip either. Why does everybody think I'm like not me? Because I don't have any of those clips, folks.
Let go loss of Tickle Trunk is lighter than snow.
There you go. Awesome One tells Toxic to check your pants after that. Indeed.
What pants?
All right. So toilet humor aside.
Wait, you guys wearing pants?
What?
What?
Oh, I brought something over to Culture Stream.
Oh my God, the cock. Thank you, Tox. That's what we were missing tonight. 63 of you in the chat. Please hit the like button and share this out. I'm not sure people know we're live tonight, but the Great Fast Food Wars, yes, they were incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
what time
I'm
are we in?
gonna go order pizza. I'll be back.
Bye then.
Bye.
You look like you're gonna pass. He passed it now.
Pineapple.
What pizza joint is open at this time of night?
Dude, well, you're on the East Coast. He's not. He's like a Westie. Yeah. All right.
There's one here that's open until 3 a.m.
Look. I just want to say this: we are blessed with an author, a newsman, somebody who actually knows his way around a story. It's Jacob who has a story for us. First out the gate, we're going to talk a little bit about former Harvey Weinstein ally Olivia Wilde. Wow. Says, don't worry, darling. Villain is based on insane Jordan Peterson. How cray is this? Take it away, Jacob.
So this is another exclusive. If you guys are fans of Bounding in the Comics, this will surely come out tomorrow. But I'm giving you a little bit of exclusive content here on the show just because, I like you guys that much. But so we've actually been talking about this one for a little while, about Olivia Wilde. She's kind of in a world of hurt at the moment because she's promoting this new movie, which according to Warner Brothers is one of the only movies left this year they can afford to promote, which is not a very good sign. So she did a interview because she's the only one doing interviews. I'll get to why that's the case in a second. And she talked about the villain in her film, her antagonist, being essentially expired by the one and only Jordan Peterson. Now, if you guys don't know Jordan Peterson, he's like the Canadian philosopher who's always on YouTube, buddies with Joe Rogan, things of that nature. Well, the left really, really hates him because, he pretty much disposes against the idea of like intersectional feminism and any kind of like gender ideology, and they just really despise this dude. And Wild is one of those people who said that the film is based on incel god Jordan Peterson. So when she went to clarify this, she said that we based the character on this insane man, Jordan Peterson, who is a pseudo-intellectual hero of the incel community, she explained. And she went on to double down on her disdain of Peterson by saying that the reason why she hates him is because he furthers the ideology that feminism is working against nature and that we must be put in our correct place. And I guess by we, she means women. So that's... Ooh. She also says that this guy, Jordan Peterson, is someone who legitimizes certain aspects of their music, of their movement, because he's a professor, he's an author, he wears a suit, so they feel like this is real philosophy that should be taken seriously. So it's like, yeah, she really, really doesn't like this dude. This isn't the first time that people in the Hollywood or the entertainment industry has just found disdain for Jordan Peterson. If you recall, I think it was last year when Ta-Nehisi Coates did his abhorrent Captain America series for Marvel Comics. He actually modeled the Red Skull villain, the Nazi villain, based on Jordan Peterson's work. And there's a little tweet here going back to last year of Jordan Peterson realizing that Red Skull was repeating some of his talking points almost directly, which was very, very odd. You also had people that are upset that that Peterson, quote unquote, dead named one Elliot Page when refusing to call her Elliot and calls her Ellie. So a lot of dislike for this man here. But Peterson did respond when found out that, she made these comments. And instead of, just slamming her, which probably would have been the best move, he just kind of downplayed it and say that, hey, Chris Pine's a very, very attractive man. So if he's playing me in one of his movies, then, I don't really see much of a problem with it. He did take an exception to the idea that of Olivia's definition of quote unquote incels, which she's described as disenfranchised white men who believe they're entitled from sex to women. They believe that society has robbed them of the idea of feminism working against nature. I kind of mentioned that earlier. And he went on and said that, that men that are unsuccessful in the dating market might be regarded to in this context as kind of a derogatory slur that compassionized progressives like Olivia Wilde claims to achieve. So he more or less didn't take too much offense to her calling him a pseudo intellectual, just kind of her just attacking like men in general. That's what he kind of offends to. But it's very, very odd that Olivia Wilde has this hatred towards incels when she's a very, very old famous friend of one Harvey Weinstein, a now convicted rapist, Harvey Weinstein. So congratulations to Harvey, who's looking at 27 years in prison. But about 10 years ago, these two worked on the film Butter. They became very, very close friends, even to a point where in 2015, before the whole Me Too incident, there was an accuser that wrote a publication at the time saying that Weinstein would court young actresses and models by claiming that if they wanted to be stars in Hollywood, that they should join him and Olivia Wilde in a threesome. And apparently, there's some people allege that he would call her up and then she would be on the phone and she would either jokingly agree or maybe agree behind the scenes. I guess it depends on who the person the allegation was against. Here you have the two at a New York Knicks game. They were very, very close together at one point. And she even delivered a message against Republican candidate Michelle Bachmann back in 2011 on behalf of Harvey Weinstein. So this is the person who hates your guts, by the way, just putting full context out there. But that's not even the whole gander of this story. There's a lot of things going on here. That's probably like 1/3 of the story. Florence Pugh, I'm saying that name correctly?
Oh, yeah, you are. And she's not good news.
Yeah. So, well, apparently there's no one in this story that's good news as we continue here. So apparently Florence Pugh is refusing to do any kind of promotional work for this film. She says she will attend the the Venice Film Festival premiere of the movie, but she will not be doing any promotional work, as there are rumors that she is in a feud right now with Olivia Wilde for a multitude of reasons. Some of the reasons that have been alleged is the fact that she's uncomfortable with the relationship between Wilde, who's the director of the film, and her co-star Harry Styles, who a lot of people allege Harry and Wilde started an affair while they were working on this movie, which led to her breaking up with longtime boyfriend Jason Sudeikis. Sudeikis ended up serving Wilde with child custody papers live at CinemaCon earlier this year, which was a very, very public oof for Miss Wilde. And then not only that, Mr. Shia LaBeouf has now been dragged into this because last week Olivia Wilde tried to claim that she fired Shia LaBeouf due to unprofessional behavior. Then he had to come out to Variety the next day, said that's not true. He left because he couldn't get quality rehearsal time with co-star, which I guess it was implied that Florence and him may have had some issues. Then, of course, the whole video came out where Olivia Wilde was essentially begging Shia LaBeouf to come back to the film, pretty much throwing Florence under the bus, saying that, hey, can we make this work? Clearly, they didn't make it work. And there's been a whole bunch of things going on behind the scenes. So
she was exposed. And let's just be honest, Jacob. She was exposed for the person that she was revealed to be prior. What's up, Snowdub with a hand? What's up, bro?
Hi, Tom.
I know that guy.
Yeah, you see
I'm
Tom?
trying.
How you doing, brother?
I'm here.
Yeah, did I mention that I love you today?
You better. Didn't we talk about this last week?
Yeah, except this is bigger than that.
Yeah, the story has been snowballing for like the last 2 weeks. So whenever we talk about it, there's been something else. It's almost like the Ezra Miller story. It's like a new development comes out like almost every single week now when it comes to this.
I know all about snowballs.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I would assume so. So yeah. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of behind the scenes. There's a whole bunch of behind the scenes drama going on with this feminist thriller, which is coming out on September the 23rd. I mean, essentially the movie itself is about how bad women had it in the 1950s or some nonsense like that. So if that's something that you want to go spend $20 at a movie theater on.
Yeah, you had it so bad.
Yeah. I mean, they had it terribly when you really think about it. I mean, they weren't able to get abortions, and then they didn't work for corporations and things of that nature. So, I mean, their life was just horrible. I mean, just to have husbands that worked all the time and took care of them, and the only thing they had to do was raise their kids. Just awful, awful things.
Wow, you just went straight Ryan RK Outpost there. All you had to do is cook an F, right?
Yeah, I mean,
my 76-year-old mom is on her way to your house to kick your ass right now.
CC Karaoke, thanks for migrating over from Pop Culture Breakdown, hanging out over there with Doomcock and everybody else. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Culture Boss even says hello. Culture Boss saying hello to everybody, including Tom.
I think hello. I think the thing that is most telling about this just goes to show that how tone deaf they are, that some women actually choose this lifestyle. There's some women that actually would love to be able to live this lifestyle, but they can't now.
Look, the Culture Boss has told me a billion times, probably going to say it here in the chat, that she would have loved to have been a 50s wife. That's what she was born
to be. And that's the thing is most of the time the 50s wife, she ran the household. That didn't mean that, this whole idea that men just kind of came in and were like, whatever, like, no, that's not how it worked. Men actually showed quite a bit of respect to women, a lot more than they actually have to now. Like, women have killed chivalry in that respect, right?
Well,
like, let's not even beat around the bush with that.
I wasn't afraid of my dad unless I got in trouble at school. I was afraid of my mother because my mother would kill me. Right.
Your mother knew how to throw a fucking shoe across a room that would kill a bird.
Ninja shoe.
Well, my mom was also a pediatric surgical nurse in the 60s, so it's not like she was stupid. And she
could cover up her
right. Yeah, she, where did the family? We don't know. He just walked out into the woods one day, and he's gone. So she worked up until my sister was born, and was quite well paid. And they made the decision to have one income so that they could support us. And they were the PTA presidents of our grade school for over 11 years. So, I mean, I would say that it's a very safe bet that my mother has changed and affected more lives than Olivia Wilde will have in her wildest dreams.
In her Olivia Wildest dreams?
Oh, wait, I got one of those.
I got one of those too.
It's the battle of the stream decks.
Mine's just a little different.
Decks.
Hey, well, speaking of stream decks, I want to end the poll because I did start a poll before the stream. I want to see what it looks like. Let's all take a look at.
You want to see my poll?
No, not that poll.
Oh, sorry.
Now,
I
look,
came in at the wrong time of that conversation.
Yeah,
My
you
bad.
did because let me tell you, both angry
funny.
inches are not going to impress anybody here.
Oh,
But
Oh, hey, now
so-
I didn't pull pants down that far.
that's true. That's true.
Calm down.
Look, the poll says the following: that do you enjoy the amazing pre-stream trailers by Cotton Connection? And by a overwhelming majority, 82% say yes, 17% are joy killers on a total of 92 votes. So thank you. You guys are amazing. Do be sure
I
to
misvoted as a no. I'm sorry.
It's whatever. We can't all, be perfect and understanding.
I make mistakes. I
the
drink a
love of
lot.
God.
Nano Reaper, brother, I have missed you so much. Says Olivia Wilde is Xanax wine mom wannabe. Yes.
So
She's just
I was
insane,
literally
man.
yes, I was literally just about to mention this. So it's like when you look at this story, you have to understand that this is if you're a pro wrestling fan, you understand what I'm saying here. This is what we like to call a heel program where there's no good guys in this story. Now
It
there
just
may be,
blew off
like I
my
said,
poll.
there may be people who are. Well, we'll get to your poll in a second.
Okay.
Well, no, there may be someone. Obviously, there's issues of like right and wrong, like Olivia Wilde trying to throw Shia under the bus and all that stuff, and that's obviously wrong. But there's no real good guys in this story. You just have a collection of bad guys because Olivia Wilde is someone who has the reputation of she will literally throw anyone under the bus for her own career. And that's all she really cares about, right?
Actually, it's worse than that, though, isn't it, Jacob? Because she has been a certified liar from the word G. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to all the turmoil she caused on the set of House. Remember the garbage that rose around that show because of her?
Yep.
And then she essentially goes out and like throws Shia under the bus. And he's like, no, lady, here's like receipts.
Yep. And then you have to look at it from this.
Anyone that's going to be in a threesome ain't all there.
With Harvey Weinstein, you mean?
Yeah, with Harvey Weinstein. You're not all there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So.
Well, I'm thinking about it like this. She should be able to keep a career up to this point where now she's directing movies because of largely her relationship with Weinstein over the last few years. So now she's using this to kind of prop herself up to be this new feminist hero, feminist icon. But there you have all these other problematic relationships with other women, by the way, not just with men. And like I said, now her own co-star of the movie that she has coming out in a few weeks apparently won't even speak to her because of things that are going on back behind the scenes. And it's not like her co-star has a great reputation. What's the word?
Reputation.
Reputation either. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other problem with Florence Pugh, right? She's been exposed to be troublesome as well. And in recent days, it didn't help the fact that essentially she badmouthed Florence on the video call that was like released by Shia to rebut the conversation that Olivia Wilde was trying to have about him being bad.
Shia rebutted?
Yeah.
Shia rebut. Okay, sorry.
Okay, that was a reach. That was bad.
I didn't reach anywhere. Well, it was
reach around.
I didn't.
He reached around.
There's no reach.
Hey! Oh, you only give reach arounds if you throw in some back kisses.
Yeah. Look, all I know is there's a bunch of women that definitely want to speak to our managers. Thank you, Jerry Mendoza, for that. And look, the boss has no tolerance for ladies who are, throwing up,
the evening.
Well, I do, but throwing up errors or any of these other things. And you know what? There's a certain amount of shade that needs to be thrown at Olivia Wilde directionally. Matt G's here. He's throwing up some Dunicorns. Good to see you, bro. Karen, that's right. Blah Olmeyer says Snow Dub. Hugh. Wow. Okay. Back kisses indeed. Wow. Look at the chat going on. Fira.
What's a Fira?
Fire. It's fire.
Oh,
fire.
Okay.
In Fuego.
El Fuego. Hey, Eric
Fire
K. How you doing? Let's have a conversation on Culture Stream. Your brisket is phenomenal.
Yeah.
What's happening now? Oh, dude, no, his brisket is the bee's knees. in 50s parlance.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, think of all the fires you're trying to put out with this story right now, because, like you said, going into this, you had the drama of the fact that she is essentially dating her co-star Henry Styles, and then there was allegations that affair caused the end of her relationship and her 2 kids. Then she got publicly embarrassed, getting served custody papers live on stage. So you're dealing with that aspect of the story. Your main co-star doesn't want to talk to you, and she's in the film that you're promoting, and then for some reason you decide to throw your old co-star under the bus, and he came back with receipts as well. So it's like, yeah, let's just start talking trash about Jordan Peterson, because that would save me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need to like redirect. Well, guess what, yo? Like everybody's like throwing shade on you right now for good reason. And Sudeikis serving you, I don't feel bad at all. I thought there was more to that story. I was right when I reported it way back when. I think you guys over at Bounding Into Comics did it as well. There was a lot more to serving those papers the way they were served. There was a lot of animosity there, and there's definitely reasons for it. So there we go. According to Mrs. Nano Reaper, any woman that wants to be in a threesome isn't about pleasing her man. She's about self-pleasure only. Rough.
Boom.
Woo. Let me tell you. That's probably.
I don't know why. I mean, just one woman's enough. I don't know.
Let
why
me tell you,
anybody would be dumb enough to do 2.
Yeah. First of all,
I don't think you could dodge that much beef jerky.
I couldn't. I couldn't. She did make tuna for my sandwich today, so that was very nice.
Ooh, how do you dodge tuna?
I mean, hey, look,
not in this house.
The reality of the situation is that we all can't, date 19-year-olds and then dump them when they turn 25. I mean,
Leo.
We all can't live that lifestyle.
Leo is a special case. There's no doubt about that.
Hey, if I was Leo, I'd do the same goddamn thing. I don't care. I'd turn one in every few years for a new model.
What's up, Lisa? We got Lisa here. Look at all these amazing human beings.
If I was Leo DiCaprio, I'd take so much advantage of that shit.
Hey, I can't shame Leo either. I liked Hugh Hefner too. Even though he was a little weird, I still kind of envy the guy.
I mean, Leo's only doing the George Clooney playbook from a few years ago. So,
Mrs. Flew just wants to confirm that you enjoyed the chicken salad tonight.
Oh, that's right. It's chicken salad.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
It was chicken salad. Oops.
Yeah. I even forgot what it was.
Oh, look.
It was a long day.
Look, Heron of Alexandria enjoys our collaboration videos, boss. So we're going to do one more at least of the Hulk. I've been told that I might be subjected to more of the She-Hulk stuff. I'm going to fall off a planet, but
I take it you guys already reviewed the last episode, right?
Oh, I haven't released it yet. We don't talk about it, right, at all until we talk about it. That's like the rule, right? If we're going to review something together. So I never know what she says until she says it. And then I'm like surprised because so far her ratings have been way harsher than me. She's been tearing the show apart.
Well, it's because the show sucks.
Well, I can't disagree, but I've seen worse. She hasn't. She's a normal.
No, it's not that the show sucks. It's that you guys are just sexist because you don't like the show. That's what
also
it really
true.
is.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Jacob. I completely forgot about that.
You bring in a rapper called Megan the Donkey who just did a music video called Thought Shit, where she rips off the face of a senator after kidnapping him and surgically replaces it with a vagina. Yes, that's a music video right here on YouTube.
Wow.
That's who they put on this show. So I am
family entertainment,
and then marked out for the entire episode that she was a massive deal.
Disgusting.
Sexist harder, baby.
Not a fan of Megan the Donkey. Just not a fan.
Oh yeah, just a quick little note to New Bomb in the chat. No, you're racist if you don't like the Power of the Rings. You're sexist if you don't like She-Hulk. That's the rules.
Oh my
Megan
goodness!
Shoot off her pinky toe or something like that. She's like
no. It was a guy. A guy shot off her pinky toe.
Yeah, no, it was that's the hilarious part about.
That's what happened in Harlem Nights.
That's the most. That's the most hilarious part of that episode that nobody pointed out. Like the whole notion is that, oh, you think that you're good enough to date Megan the Stallion? It's like, well, considering the fact that her last boyfriend in real life shot her multiple times, I think that's a good indication that maybe she doesn't have the best luck with men, or maybe not the best choice of men.
Sometimes you just need to get shot to know that you need to shut up.
We got Megan's new single here if you guys want to hear it.
Oh yeah,
let's go for it.
This pussy is pushed by Disney. This pussy is juicy. This pussy is juicy. It's on your face. It's on your face. It's Disney. It's Disney. It's family.
Oh.
Juicy pussy.
Get some.
Juicy pussy.
Are you talking about like
go.
Cantonese cat dishes or something?
Ooh,
That's
I
a
wanna-
song nowadays, guys. That's
I know, that was good.
I want to say this. That's the boss.
number one fucking hit right there.
It might be, but that's
you know what
boss- that's
the
boss-
sad. I'm gonna say, you know what
Yeah.
the sad reality is that song is really not that far different from her actual music.
That was spot on, actually.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mrs. Flew. That's like the boss's least favorite word in the world. So,
Well, I hear
She's
Tom's
like,
going to
that's
do a
the
new song called "Smelly Ass Ballsack."
oh,
Yeah, I
dude,
think that's
the
coming
fact.
out.
Okay, so my favorite version of Megan the Stallion song was what Ben Shapiro did. I still can't get beyond the fact that he talks about the WAP the way he does.
I
That
had
is the
no
most-
idea who she was.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Didn't care.
she is, I guess, a popular rapper amongst the current youth. But it's like if you're not like 20 or follow hip hop in any way, shape, or form, you wouldn't know that. I
Oh,
mean,
come on. Everybody knows about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with their mega hit WAP, which stands
No,
for
no,
Wet Ass
no.
Pussy.
I just feel like
Ben
every
Shapiro has even
Daniel,
I
just
thought it
gotta
was a Ben
say,
Shapiro thing.
you got to
the-
see his reaction if you haven't seen it. It's great.
the unauthorized version of the song that was played tonight, that was definitely a leak that Tom had, I have none interest in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's your other song there.
Pussy means love. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Pussy, pussy, pussy is love.
Oh, yeah.
How do I stop that from happening?
Why are we talking about cats?
That's
that
her
movie
new-
sucked. First of
That's
all,
her second single coming off her new
I
album.
love
there.
cats.
I'm very
That's got a
unhappy
lot of
with all
feeling
this.
to it.
Okay.
It does.
All right. Yeah.
I miss Michael Myers.
Yeah. Olivia's definitely living up to her last name, but that's not actually her last name. I think it's Cockburn is her actual last name.
Yeah.
She changed her last name.
We need
I just feel like every 30 years.
I'm going to
every-
stop listening, Mrs. Flew.
I'm sorry.
I disapprove with all of those things.
I shocked Mrs. Flew last night on my show as well. She's kind of skipped over to the R-rated half of the show and saw some booty action. So she's been getting hit left and right.
She walked into the living room and goes, "What is this?" I said, "What are you watching?" She goes, "I'm watching the Cotton Connection." I said, "That's Snow Dub." You know, he does stuff like that. But he warned you.
R-rated. Yes, that's the second half.
That's the second half of the show.
First half PG-13.
That particular word just does not play. So if I can avoid that at all points in time, I will.
That is.
I just feel like
consider
every
this the one of the
30
nicest
years.
ones.
I just feel like every 30 years we're just basically like recreating Lil Kim. Like we'll just find like the new Lil Kim. Like first it was like Nicki Minaj, then it was like Cardi B. I guess now it's like Megan Thee Stallion.
What happened to Little Kim?
Actually, I feel like
she
it's
used to
one-
be very beautiful, and then she started doing the face work.
I feel like it's one eye.
Little Kim.
Okay, so please never say those words ever. But I just want to say, Kareen for 499 says Megan's ex-boyfriend denied shooting her at the trial that starts September 12th. The other female in the car denies her story. Holy crap! So she shot her
that
own
is
self?
that is an active investigation right now. But like I said, her side of the story is that he's the one that shot her. So yeah. But yeah,
Let's not go on about
that
who
douchey-
shot who.
Yeah, that douchey lawyer definitely would have no chance with someone with high standards like Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, come on, guys.
Hey, it's spelled with two E's.
I-
That's high class.
What? No, look,
THEE. The
No. Kareen, thank you very much for the 499 super chat. But I have to say that I unsubscribe from any of these thoughts. If she shot herself in the foot to give herself like what's that, clout? Is that the right word? Yeah, credit.
Is she clout chasing?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Look,
at least 50 Cent, we know his stuff was real.
50?
Yeah.
Tupac was
Oh,
real.
sorry, 50.
Well, yeah,
I have to pronounce it 50.
Yeah, well, Tupac stopped a lot of bullets.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
so
to be
did
fair,
Biggie
they
Smalls.
also stopped him too. So
Right.
Second.
They all kind of met in the middle and didn't go any further.
That's true.
Yeah.
The first 5 times though he lived, but
He did.
Are you really gonna do
I
this?
thought 50 Cent was really good in that spy movie with Melissa McCarthy. Oh, what did you get hit with?
Nuts.
That was an attack.
You got hit with nuts. There you go.
That Puff?
Wait, shit.
We're
we
literally watching domestic abuse happen in real time.
Here it comes.
I'm Megan the Stallion. I'll make you come a gallon. And if you are a lady, I might do you if you pay me. Twerk it, twerk it, work it, work it, work it, twerk it, twerk it, work it.
Oh.
Okay, apparently the ladies, the bosses, the boss ladies that we are involved with there, Mr. Toxic, they're teaming up.
I'm so glad I got nobody here to throw shit at me.
Yeah, I know. Tom would just be covered. What are you throwing at me now? Jello. Ow, fuck.
Oh, here it is.
She's throwing Jello?
Oh, look, you missed it. Bounce back. Hit it again.
Jello
I didn't
does
say
bounce.
any of this stuff.
It wasn't me either. Why are we getting punished for this?
Culture. This is R-rated.
I think this would be a great
Salted
time to bring up
peanuts.
the fact that during the 1993 film CB4,
Oh,
Chris Rock
there's
did
no punishment. I'm just backing up Mrs. Boss.
She's yelling at me.
Chris Rock did a very hilarious parody song called "Sweat Off My Balls," and if you guys want to listen to it out in your own time, I definitely recommend that.
This is a barbecued flavored beef steak. That's pretty good. I like that.
There is not always room for Jello, Soul Assassin. No.
Although Chris
You
Rock,
need a Jello pudding. There's always room for roofies.
Chris Rock was impersonating Eazy-E. They were trying to be
he was fine.
kind of
Wow, Heron of Alexandria is offering to throw things at you, Tom, and I would let her. Hello now.
Sure.
Hello. Houston, hello. Culture Boss saw me and Mrs. Food.
I'm an
talking.
easy target.
Well, I mean, if you want to try to kill Tom, you just throw him one of those cotton candy burritos from last week, and then
Oh my god, yeah, that would
Just tell him
definitely
that Gremlins was a horrible film.
Dude, his
That'll
blood sugar would kill him.
Get his blood sugar up.
or
and
Jaws.
I'm leaving.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
That
Well,
was
look,
pretty funny.
Let's go loss of Tickle Trunks for Canadian $2 says Culture Boss handles CC's nuts on camera. True.
What is Tom's dog?
He's wearing a Jaws shirt.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you're wearing a Jaws shirt. Wait, I gotta put that on.
It's because I went to Jaws earlier.
Oh, how'd that work
Oh,
out?
nice.
It was
What is-
pretty good.
What
It
is
was
good?
what's Sadie doing? Because it's like
She's
a
itching her ear for some reason.
Oh, no.
hour later.
Oh, she's all right.
What's the matter?
I like how you've got the bed on one side and she decides to sit on
Yeah,
the
She
she
never
doesn't
lays on that damn thing. I don't know why. Actually, that's the cat's expensive bed.
I bought all this the stuff for the
And
kids. Some of them
he
they
is
sit
laying
in the
right
box.
here.
Yeah. We got these baskets and they're always in those. So.
Well, the cat's right here, just
Well-
off camera.
Well, look, I feel like the show's kind of falling off the rails here. So
Oh.
if Culture can bring up the picture that I have on here, you'll
Kind
see
of.
a very,
this is
What?
this,
a
this,
very,
is,
Just
very-
because culture took nuts to the face on stream
this
doesn't
is
mean that
really-
we're off the rails.
This is uncomfortable.
Dang,
yeah,
it was
this is a picture of Olivia Wilde kissing Harvey Weinstein. So just trying
I
to
wonder where
right
her
in the
hand's
ship
at.
here.
Ooh.
I saw Olivia.
The couch comes
kissing
next.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right?
Satan. That's
Oh, by the way,
disgusting.
here's yet another picture of Harvey Weinstein and Olivia Wilde. It's almost like they were very, very close.
Hey now.
Hey now, don't
Didn't
dream.
J-Lo wear that dress?
Hey now, hey now.
You could just
Then
smell
here's
the place.
another photo of Harvey Weinstein and Olivia Wilde. I wonder how their threesomes went, because that seems to be a topic that we should probably discuss a little bit more, right?
All I know is that Curtis D has the right idea. A glass of Lagavulin, which is premium scotch, ladies and gentlemen, works really well with some pain meds, apparently. But yeah, this is This is a basketball game going
I've
bad.
tried pain meds and alcohol.
Oh wow,
I've never
here's
really
another
been
photo.
away.
It's almost like that scene in Dirty Work where Norm just keeps finding dead hookers in the trunk.
Never seen so many dead hookers in all my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's another
Teenagers
dead
just keep
hooker.
throwing themselves.
Can I ask a question? Wasn't this guy that she's hanging on kind of in trouble for the Me Too thing?
Yeah, well, first of all, he said
Only
keep
with
your mouth
bitches
shut.
who didn't
I
get
mean,
their careers for him. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, and he says, "So keep your mouth shut" with Harvey Weinstein. I mean, I think the implication was she didn't keep her mouth shut with Harvey Weinstein. Isn't that why she's still around? Like,
Look, all I know is that there are certain humans that like got an opportunity to win awards because of the guy that she's hanging on right now.
yeah,
There was a time where that man could make or break your entire career.
yep. And in
Well,
this
yeah,
case, definitely
so, you know.
made it in a lot of instances. So
And that's why I said notice at the trial, all the women that were claiming to have had issues with him were ones that didn't have a career that went anywhere.
yeah, because they actually
And
said
yet-
no, unlike some
and
people.
she seemed to do quite well and is largely
Well, that or they were actually in relationships with them. That's the weird thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, but that's been in Hollywood for a very long time. Terry Crews had to go through that stuff.
I'm not even going to get into this one. This is a
there is definitely a new Harvey out there. I'm not even going to tell you who it is right now, but yes, and he's
Oprah.
Yeah, the idea that somehow Hollywood cleaned up his act is
right.
laughable.
It's Oprah.
Where do you think all this woke shit's coming from in this virtue signaling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we got rid of Harvey Weinstein, and he was literally the only person that's ever been alleged of any misconduct in Hollywood behind the scenes. So we're good now.
It's never happened at Broadway in New York. It's always been above board, and no one's ever gotten a part because of any sexual favors given.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence never did any thing with
no. Especially for that movie that he produced. What was it? Silver Linings Playbook that she won an Oscar for? I'm pretty sure all that was completely on the up and up.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you know what? This is also true. There's hundreds of Harveys out there. He was a sacrifice. The rest could continue to hide.
Some of them are in public office.
Isn't that how that Twilight girl got hired too? Wasn't she a Weinstein?
No, you got it wrong. She simply just was sleeping with a director of a movie that she was in. That was there was no nasty stuff about it.
That's right.
But that was after that film, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was during.
I thought she was sleeping with the one.
Look, I ain't trying to victim blame anybody. All I'm trying to say is if you actually read through that court proceeding, like I read the entire fucking thing, I can't believe he went to prison.
I can't believe he went to prison either, but that's because
I'm not saying he's not guilty of sin. I'm not saying the man hasn't done disgusting, horrible things. But all I know is what happened in that trial. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
He was accused. He was convicted on reputation. That's what.
Basically, yes. Because there was actually nothing in that trial that a good lawyer couldn't have ripped apart.
Here's the thing. If you ever are on trial in the state of New York, do not expect a fair trial. Just put it that way. There's a reason why
I'm a Caucasian in Illinois. If I defend myself, somebody coming into my house trying to kill my family, I'll be in prison for 2 years awaiting trial.
Here's the thing, places like Chicago is notorious for their corruption, but places like New York, their corruption is a bit undersold, let's just say.
That's true.
New
New York's been very corrupt. Tammany Hall and all those kind of things. I mean, we can go down a history lesson. All
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not saying justice wasn't served. It was obviously served. The motherfucker deserved to go to fucking prison.
But you know what? If the ends does not justify the means. When it comes to justice, when it comes to the legal system, there's a reason why there's high standards, and I would much rather let somebody who is guilty go than put a innocent person in prison.
That's kind of what I was getting to, Tox, and I guess that's kind of where my point is going to go to, is that basically they convicted his ass with no real proof. None.
It was rough. They didn't have a lot to deliver on, but again, it was reputational assassination. But look, Mecca J for $5 says, you should see Jordan Peterson's daughter respond to Olivia bashing her dad on Twitter. Pretty awesome. And she puts Wild in her place. Yes.
Yeah, I only saw the thumbnail of that video. I didn't actually watch it yet. But
it was.
These kids are pretty based.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They're brilliant. Indeed. And this is a good question, and I can't say it out loud on YouTube. So just there it is. Read it for yourself.
Well, there's a lot of names that have been.
We'll
rumored
see
to be on
Santa
that
Claus's list first.
Probably true. Let's see. Radioactive's here. What's up? Let's see. Here's the thing. We are at 3. That's true.
The Culture Casino drinking game.
Do not do that. You will die.
Yeah, you are not wrong. There, take a drink.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the thing.
He says it enough that you will die.
Woo! Okay.
Bologna
Let's do this.
sausage.
Oh boy.
Somebody needs to make a "Here's the thing" montage.
Right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
Then the other thing is, can I ask you a question? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
I always like saying no when he says that.
We love you, Culture.
I love you.
The fact that we have
like
culture-isms, you should be proud.
We just want a
love it.
montage. Montage.
Culturism. He's his own culturism. That's
If I had that kind of thing going on, like nobody comes at me with like a catchphrase. Here's the thing: you got a catchphrase.
I think I might have one, but I do know this. I know that one of the trade papers has gone full Antifa.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Oh, you are about to be presented with some information. Oof. It's no bueno. No bueno indeed. All right, you ready?
I guess.
I couldn't believe this. And this is all because they fired another dude at CNN for saying dumb shit. By the way, if you fired people at CNN for saying dumb shit all along, we would be way better off. But
well, hold on. Wait, this isn't our friends at the Daily Beast, is it? Because they've kind of always been.
No. This is bigger than the Daily Beast. This is Sharon Waxman, the only trade that's not owned by PMC right now or anybody else of substantial influence. And this is all because her mom, I'm not going to get into it, but she passed away from the thing after, not acknowledging the thing the way that her daughter wanted to acknowledge the thing.
Yeah.
So she went off the deep end. Again, she's dealing with a lot of personal trauma, but we'll just acknowledge this. John Harwood's abrupt exit from CNN adds fuel to the boycott CNN hashtag. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
There is no both sides to fascism.
It's very, very interesting you brought this up because I'm going to bring up a little note here. But start off with your story because I actually got some great context with this one as people are going to see here with this freak out about CNN going right wing, quote unquote. That's
no, they're
hilarious.
going middle. Go ahead.
Oh, right. No. I mean, you start the story, then I'll bring the little.
Sure. So anyway, so this is the thing, right? First of all, CNN is trying to get back to the center. Center is not fascist. First of all, the only evidence of fascism right now is, activities taken on by government. Governments can act in a fascist way. Non-governmental entities are very hard to do unless you're committing acts of fascism, which I can point to certain organizations as doing who claim to be anti. But we'll keep going. Holy cow. Canon sends a 40 rupee super sticker. Thank you for that, saying cool. Well, thank you. Cool to you. Appreciate that. That's awesome. I think those are rupees, right? Did I get that right? Okay. If CNN is moving Trumpward, let them know you're not happy. One user tweeted. Trumpward? John Howard's
Onward and Trumpward.
There you go. John Howard's abrupt exit from CNN Friday has added fuel to that bologna sausage that doesn't really have any weight. You know what had more weight? Fredo Heckler. Fredo Heckler had more weight after the crazy speech that dude gave, but we'll keep going. If CNN is moving Trumpward, let them know you're not happy. One user tweeted Sunday, ditto canning John Harwood, whatever. Harwood, the network's White House correspondent, announced that his last day at CNN was Friday, hours after describing former president as a dishonest demagogue, in his analysis of president's crazy human being Thursday evening, in which he warned about the, politically, patriotic human beings are threatening to undermine the U.S. democracy, which is getting it all wrong, considering we're a fucking representative republic.
Go Rexer.
Yeah. So
just a quick little side note: Rob Reiner went on Twitter today, say that there's only two sides. You're either on democracy side or fascism side. It was like, we're not a democracy. So
yeah, and most people don't get that. But Harwood 65, well, of course, the people here in this audience do. Harwood 65 shared his departure on Twitter, writing, "Personal news. Today's my last day at CNN. Proud of the work thanks to my colleagues. I've been lucky to serve the best in American media. St. Petersburg Times, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, the NBC family, CNN. Look forward to figuring out what's next." Fuck you. The original
accent nearly made me puke.
Yeah, the original call to boycott CNN began in August after suspicion that John Malone, well, it's not suspicion, dude's a billionaire, 321st richest person in the world, and Warner Brothers Discovery shareholder and billionaire media mogul might have been behind canceling Brian Stelter's reliable sources. You bet your ass he was. He was behind a whole lot of motherfuckers that have left and more that are leaving, and I'm cursing. That's how upset I am right now. Although Malone has previously supported Trump, denied he was involved in the decision in an email to the New York Times. He noted that he wants the news portion of CNN to be more centrist, but he is not in control nor directly involved, which is true. The controversy has done anything but settle down in the following weeks, and Harwood's sudden exit, which many speculate came as a result of calling out Donald Trump from the network, has ignited an even larger discussion about CNN's values. Considering it was inaccurate, you want CNN to support misinformation? Is that what you're saying? Just uninstalled CNN app. Who cares? From my phone. I had it for years. One user tweeted Sunday. You probably spent no money, by the way. There's no both sides to fascism. This is a quote from a Twitter user they used as a headline.
That sounds like the rap.
Well, I don't really have a problem with this. If these people who watch CNN aren't happy with the direction that it went, they have the right to be able to tell CNN that they don't like it, and they have the right to not watch the new programming. Just as CNN has a right as a corporation to try and be profitable. They weren't.
No.
So they're going in a different direction. It's capital markets. This is capitalism. This is how this works. It's just unfortunate that Twitter amplifies that, because it seems the only people really watching Twitter are like government officials and the people in the movie media.
I want to say this. My good friend George the Giant Slayer just dropped an opportunity for you to become a Culture Casino member. He dropped 10 of them. In fact, go to your live chat on your chat window here on YouTube, select the live chat instead of top chat, and then accept the gift that he granted you. And that is amazing. But thank you, George the Giant Slayer. You are an amazing human being, and I appreciate you. Why are you not here? Are you
Hope you're feeling better, George.
I've been worried about him for a long time. I'm gonna I have to call George tomorrow. So
come on, Nano Reaper, you can get one of those. I see.
Yeah, grab it, Nano.
I see Ironcaster. You can go
and CC, jump on top of that, man. You were a member last month. Get on here. You guys get in here. All of you guys, please, as many as you can accept as possible. I would truly appreciate it. George is giving you the opportunity. So
this is a great sleep therapy channel. You should subscribe to it.
I am all about it. Wow, thanks for you know what, your promotion talks is the best of anybody's, promoting the ability of me to put you to sleep.
That's right, because I have poor taste. Mrs. Flu will tell you that. So if I don't like it, it's probably good. Like, I hate Jurassic Park, all the films, can't stand them.
I mean, the first one was decent, but yeah, all the other ones have kind of been
In the first film in Jurassic Park, all right, at what point do you just take the little girl who keeps, scaring and bringing the T-Rex to you and throw her so that the T-Rex will eat her so you can escape? At what point does that happen?
Look, I have a question. So that's not just the worst film plot ever. Here's another one. You remember the film Taken?
Yes.
Yeah. At what point do you just realize that this is coming straight from Deadpool, by the way, that he's just a terrible father? How many films in a row does he have to let his daughter or his family get freaking kidnapped and quote unquote taken?
Well, it's kind of like Death Wish, right? Like how many times can his daughter get, assaulted and his wives get killed and his girlfriends get killed and his friends get killed?
It's not any worse than like the 20 Taken clones that we've seen from Liam Neeson over the last 10 years. Like there's been at least 3 of them that have come out this year where it's like, isn't the guy like 75 years old now and he's still like assassin killing people? Like, can we stop now?
Well, Jackie Chan did one right before he went full crazy commie.
Look, I hate to break everybody's heart, but most movies suck.
Whoa.
Hot take there, ladies and gentlemen.
I know because like you guys were talking before about the whole thing with watching all the new movies this year. I remember when I worked at the video store, we had to watch pretty much everything too, and 90% of the movies fucking suck. They're all the same goddamn thing over and 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 over again. That's what a lot of this shit is.
Okay.
Every once in a while you'll get a shining light, but it's very rarely.
Tom, you're going to have to come on a Soul Day Culture review here in the near future, like this next coming Sunday.
Oh, I love the Death Wish films.
Oh, yeah, but Cold Classic Cage is going to come after you, bro.
But you cannot argue that they don't get exceedingly ridiculous, especially past the second film. Like, even the second film amps it up to the point where you're just like, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love part 3 and 4. They're gloriously bad in a good way, right? So there you go. And 5 is just out there.
There's such a diverse gene pool out there. We're not all going to like the same stuff. Yeah. And one of my top films of all time is a skateboarding film called Out Cold. And it's the first time I saw Zach Galifianakis in a movie. It's got Jason London in that. I had Lee Majors and the guy that played Skip Kynes. It was funny. Was it a great film?
What was it called?
Out Cold.
Wow, I didn't heard of it.
And no, I'm not saying the Die Hard franchise sucks. Only the second and fourth and fifth one.
Yeah,
the second one's okay.
But it had a great soundtrack that I liked. It had some funny scenes.
Cold Classics, like, no, not the morning stream. I want to be on the nighttime stream. We're a little looser. Okay, that's fine. Come on here next week.
You can come on here now, but if you weren't such a wuss.
Whoa, easy.
What are we talking about?
Easy. I like Cold Classic Cage. Great channel, great person. Look, Zachariah315 sent a member chat just saying, howdy, culture, panel, and chat. Greetings and thank you. Zachariah's been a loyal member for a long time. All of you people are. You guys are just amazing.
I feel sorry for you, society, because I could not imagine watching every movie again like that.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm up to 86 so far.
Well, there ain't even nearly as many movies coming out as there used to be, right? Like, they used to be horrible. Like, you'd have 200 movies in a week.
There's a lot of movies coming out. They're just not good. Like,
there's that too.
I think I mentioned this last week. It's like, if I had to take all the international movies that I've seen this year just completely off the list and only do American films, my top 10 list would be very, very hard to put together right now. Because obviously you would have Top Gun as like my top American pick. So far this year, but after that, after like Top Gun, The Black Phone, Infinite Storm, maybe Hustle, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
What about Beavis and Butthead?
I mean, like I said, if I had to go strictly American, that would probably be up there. But then you
didn't like The Samaritan either.
I mean, no, I like The Samaritan, but it's the problem. If I start doing that, then I'm putting like 3 out of 5 like movies like on the top 10 list, and it's like if the top 10 of the year is only like 3.5 out of 5,
I
that's
see.
not really like a great.
I see where you're coming from. See, I rated those a bit higher than that, but
yeah.
Well, a lot of it also has to do with mood. Right?
Yeah.
If you're in a bad mood when you go to see a film, or if you're not feeling well or something like that, you're going to have a different experience.
Yes and no. There's times where I see where you're coming from, Toxin, that can definitely play into it. But there's also been times where I went in planning on hating a film, walked out loving it, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely true. I did not think I would enjoy 21 Jump Street.
Like there's a great example too. Like I had the same thing.
I didn't think I was going to love it, and it was a great film. And 22, oh man, when they got to start going there, who fucked the captain's daughter? I about fell over.
And he's in a huge ice cube.
That's right. You don't F with Korean Jesus.
We ain't got no money for that shit. We spent it all in the first act.
And then all this stuff at the end, 23 Jump Street, 24 Jump Street, and all that stuff. And it's just silly humor, but it I was surprised by that. I had a family experience with both of those where the family went, and we all just laughed, and we forgot the world for 90 minutes.
And I will agree, though, yeah. You can have that sometimes where if you're just in a wrong mood for a certain type of movie, that will happen. But like I remember my cousin dragging me after a good friend of mine's funeral, like when she was 16 at the time, and it was just a horrible time. He drugged me to Armageddon of all fucking things.
It's a great film.
And I ended up, having a good time at the end of the day. Even though, it's still a dour situation, I ended up having a decent time. Or no, it was The Rock. I'm sorry, not Armageddon.
Oh, The Rock.
With sorry, but regardless. Point being, it was just I escaped for 2 hours from everything that was, especially being a teenager dealing with everything at that point, and it was just the first time dealing with somebody who wasn't much older than me passing away that was close to me and all that kind of stuff. It really was one of those things. And just for me to be able to get away for 2 hours, I did not want to go. I went kind of kicking and screaming, but he's like, no, you're going to get away from all this shit for a while and blah 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 blah, just drug me away.
There's something
from
about somebody that cares enough to take you to do that.
At the end of the night, I definitely made sure I thanked him for it and all that kind of shit. But
well, consider this. I mean, I went out of my way to go to films with my grandfather because he wanted to see them, and this he's quite elderly, and it was one of those things where it's like, I have no interest in this film. It's B at best. And he was 100% invested in it, action film, whatever. He wanted to see The Thing at the time. And you know what? Just being pulled out into that opportunity is good enough. It's the escape of the cinema. The cinema was an escape in its own way, good, bad, or, whatever, indifferent film. It offered a way to get out of the daily. And we right now, cinema is not that. Tell me the last time outside of like Top Gun Maverick, the most recent Ghostbusters film, handful of maybe other films like Spider-Man No Way Home, right?
Which is the number one film again this weekend.
It is actually, for now on a $3
Which I'm kind of pissy because they only added 5 minutes as opposed to what was it, 10 or 20 minutes Sony had promised us.
Yeah, they promised it's like 18 minutes or whatever.
And it was ended up being mostly alternate. Yeah, fuck you, Sony. Ended up being multiple alternate takes and just a couple of extra scenes. I guess about 5 minutes worth. Yeah,
Amazon was teasing this thing on the Fire Stick. This is a scene that you can't see. You see only on the Fire Stick from the first two of the Lord of the Rings, and so I watch it and I'm like, wait, this was in the second episode. Everybody saw this. What do you mean it's exclusive to the Fire Stick?
Maybe it was out like 2-3 days before the show dropped.
Maybe it was something like that.
That must have been.
We've lost that escapism in these films because of this. Got to get my platform and my message in there. The movies in the 50s and 60s, 40s. 50s and 60s, and later on, my mom and my grandmother had escaped things that were bad at the house by going to the film. They go all day, and you don't have that anymore.
Yeah, Liger Fan's making a point that Liger Fan has made many times. It's because the people making movies today, films today, are from the participation trophy generation and have been told they're so special and what they do is meaningful when it's garbage. I don't know that that's wrong.
And another thing is, I know like you and Valiant are going to be very happy about this culture. Inadvertently, these fuckers are making Tom Cruise a movie star again, and they're actually bringing back the movie star in a way, it feels like.
Maybe so, and especially for me, because it's Tom Cruise. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and eat the things that got thrown at me. Because
you might as well. You've got nuts in your face. You might as well put them in your mouth.
That's right.
Hey!
Culture, you keep bringing up The Thing. It's funny you keep saying that because I finally got to go to the theater and watch the thing for the first time back in June.
Lisa.
I was not old enough to see it when it came out. I was about 4 years old, but I was very enthralled and then got to enjoy it all over again from a different perspective. And then I saw stuff I'd never seen before because it was on the big screen. And it just goes to show that certain movies, the nostalgia will never leave. It doesn't matter.
True.
You can still go to the theater and have it kind of like a warm blanket, so to speak, to bring you back. And
Well, it was good writing. It was suspenseful.
Well, I kind of had the
We
same
all
thing
knew what
tonight
there
with
was
Jaws,
in,
actually,
yeah.
which is funny. And I've seen Jaws more times than you can imagine. Like,
Oh,
my
I
buddy was ready to hit me because I was, like, mimicking the whole movie. But there
Right.
was even a couple things that I caught that I never caught before. Just a few minimal things, but it was like, oh, wow.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yep, me
Yeah,
too.
Snowdub, you're a little low, but I want to say this. We have a very special guest joining us. A man.
Is it Michael Jackson?
No, he
Is it
literally.
Elvis?
No.
Is it Alf?
Is it Nicolas
Alf would be
Cage?
cool.
Nicolas
I like
Cage.
Alf. I miss Alf.
Is it
Nicolas
Olivia
Cage.
Wilde?
This guy literally slays giants for a living. He's a
Oh,
great friend.
It's George the Giant Slayer.
How y'all doing? What's going on?
He's got a wonderful soul.
At least. How's it going, brother? Are you good?
Doing well, doing well. I was just listening to y'all. I was like, hey, so I just came and jumped on. You sent me the link. I appreciate it.
You're in the group.
I'm not in the group.
This is what he tells me to, and I can't find this shit half the time. I don't know.
How y'all doing?
Go on stream.
You were everywhere today. I couldn't turn on a stream that you weren't on today, George.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
That's
it was
cool.
great. You did wonderful with
Thank you.
Nina.
The rings. Jesus.
Are you
Oh,
talking
man.
to Nina? Nina's great.
Nina is
God.
great.
Nina.
Yeah, she's great. I love script. I love Tom.
Zachariah.
I love all of it.
Zachariah, I got your member chat, brother. I said, Zachariah, 315, 2-month member says, howdy, culture, panel, and chat. I promise you.
So, what did you think, Culture? Did you watch Rang's representation?
Rings! Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the
haven't
rings
heard
are
what
on.
you thought.
My thoughts are it was terrible.com.
Oh, okay.
That's a good. that's a good
Look,
website.
I could find nothing positive in this outside of the music. I think that Bear McCreary acquitted himself well, and even though he attacked fans, which I think is a dick move, but even the production value that I want to say good things about the cinematography and everything else. I still feel like couldn't overcome like bad writing, bad acting, bad directing, bad anything. It was just bad. What can you find a redeeming thing there?
Cinematography was about it.
I don't even think that's true.
No, that was the only thing that I found. Plus, I will have to admit, I did like the Durin. I like the Dwarven Kingdom.
Durin was
How's that
good.
doing? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the org was okay, like the prosthetic, whatever.
Wait. I take it back. All right.
But I didn't like anything else. Well, I've had that, like, I've been working on this review for 3 days, and the difficult part that I've had is that separating out Tolkien from it, because if I apply Tolkien's Legendarium to it, it's the whole thing is a piece of shit because there's no Tolkien but the name and names. That's it. Names of characters, names of places. So I'm having to try to judge it separately also as just a series. And if it were a generic fantasy series, like it didn't have the name Tolkien, I still wouldn't like it. I'm like, okay, it's got some cool shots, but storytelling wise, tell me, did you think that the storytelling moved well? Like you understood?
No,
that?
it was
That's
so slow. Look, I think here's the weird thing, right? Because I've watched a lot of people talking about this. I think Chris Gore, Gary, you name it. I've listened to them, including Paulie, our friend Paulie.
Yeah.
And I think they undersold the fact that the pacing is garbage and slow and makes you want to like find something more interesting to do with your time.
Right.
You know, I mean, literally, you could have like, I don't know, knitted a blanket or some shit while you're watching this, and it would have been more productive use of your time.
I coined it the cure for insomnia.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
What? It's a 6-minute daily.
No, this
yeah.
6 minute daily is awesome. I
Wow.
listen to that every day. I love it.
Thank you.
That's like a shot at to kill you. You know.
What? I just, if I'm watching the 6-minute daily and it's live, I will super chat a bunch of Z's. So,
All I look.
What I don't get is and I think I asked this earlier on Doomcock, is that why did they not at least try to go for A-level actors? Like,
I don't
name
know.
brand, top quality talent.
What they did, okay, they went and got the guy that's Celebrimbor, right? That is a top tier B-level
BBC guy.
English soap opera guy. It was
He's a
perfect.
BBC guy, but he's not. He has none of them have magnetism.
I don't know. I was.
What are they? Ferrous metals?
No, there's no gravitas. There's no presence.
Yeah, you're right.
It's definitely very slow. And I hope that they are building to something.
To what?
And I don't
in the punch bowl. I mean, it's like
a D plus.
A D? Well, that would be.
Yeah,
good.
Is it our fault for just continuing to have hope? Is it our fault? Like, is this on us at this point?
Yes, Jacob, give up. Just give up.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, it happened when we went to Last Jedi too.
Cannon says the following: sadly, Bollywood creativity is struggling these days, but Hollywood, Tollywood, and many other Indian cinema are killing it.
But wait a minute. I want to finish this real quick. Did anyone think any of the actors had presence? Like you wanted to watch them, not hate watch, but like they drew your eye to the screen where you're like, wow.
No, they were the reason I turned it off.
Duran.
Okay, Duran, I'll give it that one. Owen Arthur, he's pretty good, but like the difference between them and the Fellowship cast from Fellowship of the Rings and that Jackson trilogy, I mean, it's like night and day between the acting. It's like
yeah, but they didn't
hire Sean Bean. Yes, true. You look at Sean Bean, you look at Viggo Mortensen.
They could be quiet, and you're like, wow. Let me just.
They have. You're right. They have a presence to them, and I think they're trying to focus everything on Galadriel. As being that presence, and this actress just doesn't have it. No. I think if they'd have, I look at Game of Thrones. Brienne Tarth I thought was cast very well. With a great presence to who they are, but you have to have a little vulnerability with that too.
Yeah,
and
Shorty, the imp, I forgot his name. He had a lot of presence.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
and I think. Whoever said it in the chat, the participation trophy generation, they don't have to work at this to get good at this, and it's repetition and doing it over and over and over again to get good at being this. There's not too many natural born actors out there. Mm-hmm. They're going to go out and do that stuff, and I think they're focusing everything on Galadriel, and I don't think either she doesn't have the story, or she's just not a good an actress. But I mean, there were a couple of things. The first 30 seconds of this series, and I was pretty much done with it, and for specific reasons that I don't want to discuss on Culture's channel. I thought that there was some.
There was. We talked about it early on Doomcock. Someone brought it up.
With the see-through, they had a child.
But I didn't see that. I saw what you were saying, but
I don't want to even.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that's going to set me off, so I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, so at that point when they're doing it, and they kept doing that with her character, and I'm like, you're telling me that I'm supposed to watch this woman who's not supposed to be sexualized, but yet you're sexualizing her. And I'm done with it.
I warned about that 3 months ago. I said they were going to sexualize in Tolkien to try to run the line. And you understand, Galadriel to Tolkien was a representative of not only his mother, but he viewed his mother as the Virgin Mary. He would say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I thought the one elf had a lot of presence too, and the one in
Elrond?
the humans. No, not him.
The king.
Oh, the Arendir, the black elf.
I thought he had a lot of presence.
He did, but he didn't have a lot of lines either.
No, he didn't have a lot of lines, but I thought you can usually tell a good actor can express and emote with their face. And I thought he's
been in a lot of other stuff, and he's been reputable prior to this. And
so I think maybe he's got some acting
Ray
chops.
Donovan and some other things.
But, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's the fact that they changed the skin tone for him.
I got a question for George.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
George, can you please explain to me what the hell is going on with Down syndrome Gandalf?
Oh, boy.
There is no Gandalf. I mean, again,
That's the
if this was anything else, I would say 1,000% that's not Gandalf. Gandalf didn't appear in the Second Age. His name was Olorin. He was a Maiar, and he's still kind of like hanging around with the other Maiar, not in Middle Earth. So, but this series butchering it, the closest that I could think to, if they want to even veer near lore, it would be one of the Blue Wizards. The only other thought I had was, like, if I'm Amazon and they fucked everything up, what could I take like out of my ass? I would say Morgoth in some kind of human form. I can't think of anything else, only because of the way his magic was working, and he was killing those fireflies. When he would use magic, it would suck things up. I don't know. A Blue Wizard.
Yeah, I think you could be right with that.
Because Morgoth is not supposed to appear. He's in the void at this time forever. And
I do think they need to stop doing those post-show things. Because they're not doing themselves any favor by continuing to talk about this thing when the show's over.
So it's not Gandalf. Got it.
Also, sorry, they are talking. They have mentioned 6 times in the last 30 days that there are, they haven't. Insiders from Amazon have stated to magazines that Amazon is supposedly trying to get McKellen to come back for 2nd or 3rd season. And Ian McKellen 3 months ago gave an interview on the BBC about his career. And the reporter had asked him, would you ever go back? Rings is coming out in a little while. Would you ever? He goes, I'd go back if they called me, but I haven't heard from them. So I don't know what's real or not. I know if they could get Ian McKellen, they would bring him back. But
he's cool. I like him.
Oh, yeah. He was a brilliant Gandalf.
Well,
great actor.
I'm going to say this. The one thing I heard is that they were going to bring in the blue.
Yeah, well, they have to. They have nothing.
That's it. So one of these is the blue. One of these is a Blue Wizard. Yeah. One of them is. It could be Alatar or the other one that I forget the name of. But it's going to be that's what they can bring in. That's all they can bring in the Second Age. Otherwise, they'd completely destroy the everything. And they can't bring in things that they don't own, and they don't own anything.
Right, but they're also supposedly the contract that they had is that they are not allowed to change any character that appears in the Third Age. Well, they've already bastardized Galadriel, so I don't know how that applies.
And they also pulled some deal where they licensed some things from New Line and Warner Brothers. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
See, that's what I was saying. It's the exact same Balrog. And look, I put out a parody video this morning. And one of the things is I used the Sauron they used. That's Peter Jackson's, unless it's enough for them to change, 10 to 20% of it, because instead of a mace,
there is a connection. They did something somewhere. It came in later in the game. I found something, but I haven't been able to find what exactly it was all about. But they made some deal with New Line for something.
Yeah, because there's no way. I even noticed some of the armor. Some of the patterns. Now they're using T-shirts, but again, they're using pieces from Jackson. I think
it has more to do with characters. Because here's the thing: the design-wise, a lot of the people that came to work on Jackson's films were guys that worked on the books and stuff prior to that, so they had done all this art before. So a lot of those designs they just carried over into Jackson's films. Mm-hmm. So as long as they pre-existed, then Amazon didn't have to get any permission, and Warner Brothers technically doesn't own any say over those. What they do have any sway or say over is possible characters. And that's where we're sitting here debating about this Gandalf thing. It might very well be Gandalf. They might have worked it out to where they were able to use the character.
But he's not in the I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at that point. That's my point. Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think it's in the script, and we already know who's on the raft. With,
it couldn't be. I'm just saying. My point is they made a deal for something, and I have a very hard time believing they just did it just for the fucking Balrog.
Oh, okay.
Like I have a feeling there's other characters they got this for, because that's what this felt like to me.
Well, they're going to have to deal with the Balrog, right? Because they've got the dwarves have the stone, the Arkenstone.
No, this isn't that part. No, that's a different. Yeah, this is
part. I'm saying the Balrog. They're going to have to get. I think they're going to build
the
up
Balrog will be at the end.
Yeah,
that will be at the end, because what will happen is they dig too deep. What was in that box is 99.9% mithril. At the end of the episode, where he opens the box and the father and the son, which again, another lore breaking thing. There are never two Durans alive at the same time.
No,
because each one is a reincarnation of the other one. So that. Yeah, Durin, the king, they showed Durin. Yeah, no. But they opened a box and you see it kind of glow doing that whole like pulp fiction.
And I think that's the Arkenstone.
No. It's
Something else? Okay, something
Mithril.
else.
Yeah, it's Mithril, because they just discovered Mithril, and that's what causes them to keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
And then
and
they
deeper.
find all that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the Balrog's like, "Yeah, you woke me up."
You see,
fucker."
because I read the original 3 books from Tolkien, and I hated The Hobbit.
Mhm.
I think it's one of the worst fantasy books ever been written. I can't
Really?
stand it. I hate halflings, and I just I can't stand them.
Why?
Well,
When I watch the Lord of the Rings films now, I fast forward past anything that's got a Hobbit in it.
Okay.
Oh,
I can't stand it. So I'm zip, done. Film 60 minutes. I'm done.
wow.
I just they're annoying. Anything like that in real life, if it were really going on, and somebody was that annoying, and what Pippin and Merry and stuff did, you would throw them to the orcs as you're running away. And they're so annoying. But I don't know anything else about this age and about all this other stuff. So when I'm looking at this series, I don't have all that in the back of my head.
I got you.
See, so when I'm going through what I saw in some of those films,
Right.
and stuff from there. So I don't know those things. So I just wanted you to know that my opinion on this doesn't come with any stake in any of the lore.
Well, real quick, we're going to get to a couple of yelling at me super chats. One of them is "Let Go Loss" of the Tickle Trunk for Canadian $2. Tweet the stream link, talks or CC. Ya numpties.
I did.
Could you do that, please?
I saw that a long time ago, and I did it.
Well, I just was reminding you. And another $2 yelling at me super chat for Canadian $2 says, "Losing hope is a regressive goal. Don't lose it." Well, there you go. Okay, we're not going to lose hope.
And that's this whole Lord of the Rings thing. I think it's been a D+ so far.
Bring that up, Jacob. I love that. Thanks, bro.
I do what I can.
Do you have that shared? I know Tom's got something shared. Let's take a look. Tom, what do you got here?
Well, this is for you.
Oh, this guy is the last
Movie star. Yeah. What is this a picture from?
This is a crazy motherfucker. I'll play it. Hang on.
Dude was hanging upside down on a plane.
Oh, I love Tom Cruise. I think he's awesome.
He's talking. He is talking and flying.
Yeah, it's from Comic-Con or CinemaCon. It's hard to hear.
Yeah, because he's thousands of feet in the air.
He is an adrenaline.
I love
junkie.
this man.
Wow.
This man is going to die filming one of these movies.
I hope so. Well, if that would be appropriate. Look at this. We really got to roll. We got to roll some film. This guy's a promotional genius. See at the movies.
He's brilliant. Wow.
Oh, I love this man.
You got to know he's strapped in
Mm-hmm.
behind in the back.
Can you imagine?
Still.
Someone had to literally yell at that pilot, be like, "Do not fucking drop Tom."
Do not kill this man. This guy is box office. Don't you dare. Speaking of don't you dare, Heron of Alexandria needs Tom's opinion on something for $5. I want Tom's opinion about grilled cheese dipped in ketchup. Tom?
And mustard.
Ketchup, not so bad. Mustard, I don't know. Ketchup, we used to call dipping a grilled cheese in ketchup would be poor man's tomato soup. Back in the day when I was a kid,
It's true. It's true.
poor man's tomato soup,
But dipping what? Dipping ketchup
grilled
in-
cheese
Oh,
into ketchup.
gotcha. That's cool.
We had fried bologna sandwiches.
Oh yeah, fried bologna sandwiches. That was another thing growing up. Basically,
Deej,
like a hot dog and a sandwich.
I will admit this. Deej is right. Deej is our own Tom Cruise, whether you believe it or not. This dude would do it in a bunny suit. He would definitely do that same stunt in a bunny suit. Yeah, Deej is a little crazy, but
nothing wrong with grilled cheese, ketchup, and mustard.
Yeah, and
now a bratwurst with a hot dog, like a bratwurst with some sauerkraut and mustard, that'd be pretty good.
A German mustard, or maybe a horseradish mustard, or because there's yellow mustard, which is definitely more vinegary.
Right.
Yeah.
There's lots of sauerkraut.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Gosh darn right, he better be wearing a parachute. Indeed. Oh man,
He's probably got one in the small of his back.
Cruz is cuckoo for Cocoa
Well, he's
Puffs.
base jumped. The guy's an adrenaline junkie and a half.
He is. The guy wins.
So? Do you
He
think he's an
wins.
adrenaline junkie? You think he's just that dedicated to being?
No, I think he's an adrenaline junkie.
Adrenaline junkie, all of the above.
He reminds me of Jackie Chan. Like he's the American, like he does all his own stunts, like Chan does. Not that he's a martial artist, but.
I like that, to be honest with you. I mean, consider this: both Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise have performed with a broken ankle on film.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
I
about
I
it.
respect him
What
for
other
that.
act-
I
what other
don't have
actors
respect for a lot of his life choices, but I
Right.
mean, he has the ability to make them. He's made some really good films, and he's put his money where his mouth is.
Consistently. That's the thing is he's. I think he's only had
Except for The
what is
Mummy.
it? Is it 2 failures? It's the Mummy and the
Oh
one.
no, he's had a lot more.
He's had a
than
lot.
that.
Vanilla
Yeah.
Sky.
No, Vanilla Sky though was a hit, wasn't it?
No,
Critically.
I liked it though.
no.
What's the one he did
Valkyrie
with
was
Cameron
another
Diaz?
one that
Hey,
flopped.
wait. No, all full stop, everybody.
That samurai one.
George
Yeah,
just
that
said
sucked.
critically.
I meant award.
Mm.
Like, did it not win awards when awards counted?
I don't think so.
What was the one that he
counted for
did
a long
with
time.
Cameron Diaz?
Well, that was
was
20
Vanilla
years
Sky.
ago, wasn't it?
Was that Vanilla Sky?
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
time after Eyes Wide Shut where he did a bunch of bad movies.
Okay, I want to say this about Eyes Wide Shut, and you can freaking hate me for
Kubrick's
this.
last.
Culture Casino Home
Never
Theater.
watched it.
Great film.
It's Kubrick's last.
Yeah,
It's a great film.
No, it's not.
It is.
I've never watched it. I can't believe
Oh,
it.
Night and Day. That's the thing.
Okay, watch
Yeah.
it. Okay, I'm going to ask you to
Night
do
and Day.
something.
That's the one I was.
I
thinking
need to
of.
ask. I need to ask you to do something you haven't done. Watch it with fresh eyes, based on what we're experiencing today.
Right.
Well,
Look at that film.
everything looks good when you're-
Oh, it was definitely a prophetic film of stuff that's been happening in governments and aristocrats for a long time. Yeah, it was definitely that.
I guess
love
I always
Clockwork
thought.
Orange and
I
Shining.
guess I always thought his failures were like all the right moves, like 80, 85, like those bombs that nobody.
I don't know. You know what? Tom's sharing stuff with us. That usually means he's got something to say. So here we go. What do you got?
Oh,
Here's the bottom of his barrel.
You
yeah.
and big in it.
Losing it.
Color of Money?
Yeah,
Really?
And
I
big
thought
in.
Color of Money was a hit with Paul Newman.
It was
He won an
great.
Academy Award.
Adjusted for inflation.
Legend was technically a flop. Outsiders did okay.
I loved Outsiders.
It depends on the budget. You got to go by
Was
the
he in
budget here.
Outsiders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was in it.
I don't even know what Endless Love is, but Endless Love did pretty well. Considering I have no idea what it is.
One of my favorite films.
Taps
Color of Money
did.
I love Taps. That was awesome.
Taps
Endless
is
Love.
in
You don't remember Endless Love?
They don't have the
With,
budgets here. They
Endless
just have
Love won
the,
like 3 Academy Awards. It was
the
with
box
Brooke Shields.
office.
Brooke
More
Shields.
than the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire, I don't care what you say, good film.
Yeah, I
He
love
Rain
was in
Man won
Austin
Best
Powers
Picture.
and Goldmember.
Yeah, he was in the movie in the movie within the movie.
He was in the
He
movie
played
with
Austin Powers.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's
He played,
Yeah.
What the
Tropic
hell is
Thunder.
Not
I'm
Today?
sorry. By the way, we are getting a Les Grossman film.
Yes, we are. It was-
We better.
We are.
That was the best part of Tropic.
Well,
that and the
I mean, we
booty
are
sweat thing.
assuming that Tom Cruise isn't plunged to his death falling off.
He's
a mountain.
not. Now all those stunts are done. They're 90% through
You know what I
the
can't.
second part of that film.
He's just following in Tom Selleck's shoes.
You know what I
Is
can't.
he,
Killed the man.
You know what
You
I
remember
can't
that film,
believe?
Tom?
Which one?
Tom Selleck in the movie where he's flying.
High Road to
The-
China.
Biplanes,
Yeah, that's High Road to China. I love. I used to watch
that what it's called?
Religiously on cable when I was a kid.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
that one.
so is the Edge of Tomorrow Part 2, is that already filmed, or is he not done that yet?
I don't think he's done that.
That's not
yet.
even in development right
It's
now.
on a board. It's on the board.
Oh, really?
that sucks.
I
I like
thought he was
that
already
film.
working on it.
No, it's on a board.
He's in the middle of making Mission Impossible 17 right now.
No, he's stop it. He's nearly done with part 2.
I have a question. I can't believe nobody knew what Endless Love was.
What?
I know the song. I didn't know it was from a movie.
No, you don't understand. Endless Love.
Love.
Endless Love, when it came out, I remember this because my mom would always, even when the trailer would show on TV, she'd close my eyes or we'd go to a movie theater. Because it was at that time, it was the first one that had like a lot of sex or nude scenes with Brooke Shields. They would talk about it on Good Morning America 2020. It was like on the news, they're like, this nudity, how are we allowing this into our culture?
You're thinking of a different film altogether. You're thinking of the Blue Lagoon movie.
No. Endless Love. It was Brooke Shields' first major movie.
It was so good.
Risky Business was kind of controversial, from what I remember.
Yeah, that was later. That's what put him on the map.
I want to say this. Our buddy Railway Nation Gaming rocked 50. He's now qualifying for affiliate over on Twitch. Congratulations.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
I hope I had some small contribution to that. But RDJ and Cruz made Tropic Thunder great. Mecha J, you're not lying.
Could they make Tropic Thunder today?
Yes.
Cool.
Fuck no.
Yeah, they're just gonna race swap and gender swap all the characters.
There's no way they can make Tropic Thunder today.
And then the bad guys are all gonna be like.
You know what? Colt is coming in the ring tomorrow. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. Next Sunday. Next Sunday, Colt, you're in here because that's garbage. Blue Lagoon was great. It was not doo-doo. You know what? Woo! We're going to have a good time.
So they couldn't make Tropic Thunder with like Robert Downey Jr. if he said, I want to make number 2.
No, okay. So you can make anything you want. It's whether or not someone has the testicular fortitude to deliver. That's the question. I believe once somebody sticks their middle finger out, which I'm telling you right now, David Zaslav's leading the way on middle finger extended. You're going to see that going forward. Just going to be what's going to happen. And you're going to start to see it in other places too. Disney will be the last to pull their rectum, head, whatever.
Disney and NBC Universal will be the last two.
Comcast is actually pulling their rectal cavity clean from their head now.
They just did them, so it's probably going to take a little while.
No. But them was the funniest fuck.
Are you talking? There's a movie called They Them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Jesus.
It's a slasher movie with no slasher, and there's a bunch of gay and trans people in it.
And what do they do?
Oh, it had Kevin Bacon in
it. They danced the pink, and then one person died.
It is the worst. It demonstrates just how much the message does not work in a fucking horror film. It's terrible.com.
Because someone in the development figured that, hey, we got a movie full of LGBTQ people, but we can't actually kill any of them because that would be problematic. But this is a slasher movie, so let's just have them run around for an hour and 20 minutes where no one dies, and the slasher comes in at the last.
Then they should have taken him to a Trump rally, and then he could have killed anybody they wanted.
Oh, there you go.
Let's hide behind this crazy man on stage. He's orange, and then
there you go.
It comes.
It was great.
Yeah, stabby.
But Nano Reaper just gave us the best thing ever. It's not David Zaslav. It's the Zaz. That's right. It's the Zaz. I love it.
I thought it was the Zaz.
Zaz.
Yeah, the Zaz. Oh, excuse me. It's the Zaz. Okay, all right.
It's culture pronunciation.
You know what? You guys
he comes in like a Letterman jacket and shades.
He actually does rock the shades all the time. Dude is rocking those sunglasses everywhere, especially when he goes to the, to the forest, when he goes to hang out at the billionaire summer camp. Oh, he's up at Sun Valley all the time in Idaho. He's living in his own private Idaho. Hey.
Oh, that was a good Phoenix and Keanu Reeves, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's right. And I'm glad you're enthusiastic. The black pill is stuck in my throat. I just can't see any out of this absolute mess we're in. We have it, bro. I promise you. Stick to your guns. It takes all of us. All of us are an engine, a machine. We're a machine against the evil. You realize how much money Amazon's wasting? I'm going to give you a service about it. Russo Brothers Amazon series, The Citadel, their creative overhaul has launched the budget way over $200 million. This is a series on Amazon to add to their $1 billion bologna sausage of the first season of The Lord of the Rings.
Before you go any further, like, can we just admit at this point that Amazon Prime is basically just Jeff Bezos having a midlife crisis? It just seems like he's just throwing money at everything at this point.
Well, yeah. Have you seen his girlfriend that he left his wife for him? He looks like a ho-ho.
The one that almost left him for Leonardo DiCaprio, that one?
I mean, she looks like a Main streetwalk. She looks kind of like Kamala Harris with, well, different looks. But you know what I'm saying. She's like a ho-ho.
And you know what? This is true. The Zaz is a traditional liberal, like our good friend Mr. Tickle Trunk, who apparently is Legolas, the Tickle Trunk of the Tickle. I don't know. Anyway,
let go, lass.
Yeah. The point is, he just wants to make money, and that's kind of really important, to be honest with you. Yeah, there he is. Let go loss of the Tickle.
Well, it's something like I think we might talk about this last week, or maybe I talked about it earlier this week in this show, like how a lot of these mega corporations, like your Disneys and your Comcast and stuff like that, like they have so many like avenues of revenue streams that, like I said, if the film industry or if the TV industry doesn't do it as well as it should because they're producing woke crap, they can kind of get away with it. But Warner Brothers isn't in that position because they have been losing billions of dollars. I think they have something like $50 billion in debt or something like that, which is part of the reason why AT&T sold them in the first place. So now, just being kind of like a straight up entertainment company, we're like, we can't keep producing this woke garbage because we literally cannot afford it anymore. So we're just gonna scrap all of this crap and just get rid of it all and go back to the bare bones to try to make the thing profitable again, which is why you're seeing all of these articles out there talking about, oh my God, Warner Brothers is going right ring. CNN is going to be the new Fox News, because they see that Warner Brothers is getting rid of all the woke progressive crap that they endorsed because they've been losing too much money and they can't afford to lose it anymore.
Yeah, but when is Disney going to do that? That's what I'd like to know.
They can afford to drag along longer. And you and I can talk about that. George, you and I can talk about that for weeks. Disney's in the weird position that they can survive on a lot of other ancillary income. They have immense real estate holdings. Their theme parks are, contributing substantially to their bottom line.
Wait a minute. I thought the theme parks were the ones that had taken it in the
Well, they did up until recently. They've had massive recovery in their theme parks. It's not where it used to be, but it's
did
getting
everybody
back.
Forget what they were doing just 5 months ago?
Well, they're doing better.
No, but did everyone forget what Disney was trying to push 5 months ago?
No, they haven't, and they have seen significant reduction in participation across everything. Here's the thing: theme parks are an artificial buoy right now because this people got held up. They were held hostage in.
I got you.
And they got theme parks all across the world. It's not just LA and Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how long do you think it'll take the?
We're 11 months to probably a year and a half before Disney has to change directions completely. But I believe no matter what anybody says, and I think Tom will support this, that Disney under Chapek understands where he's at, and he has to turn this giant ship around.
Why not just fire everybody?
It's going to take him way longer than Zaslav. Zaslav has supreme power.
Why can't he just fire everybody?
Chapek has to go through the board to do anything like that.
Wait a minute, I thought he's CEO, correct?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
This is okay. So
chief executive officer, he doesn't have the power to fire people.
there's a lot of hoops to jump
Below
through.
the line people, yes.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, this is like also performing like surgery on a very embedded cancerous growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just yank it out and it's going to kill the whole thing. Right?
Yep.
Like there's too many. The difference here is that Zaslav has the power to just delete movies, bring movies into existence.
Chapek doesn't. He's not.
Chapek is dealing with several different studios too. That's the other thing people don't understand.
I was just gonna say real quick, Chapek is also dealing with the leftovers from Bob Iger sabotaging him as well. So
there's that, but also like Warner Brothers is just Warner Brothers,
Right.
pretty much. It's just a studio. There's no DC studio. There's no. The closest you have is New Line, but they're still just more or less a label anymore. Within Disney's structure, you have Marvel Studios, you have Pixar Studios, you have Lucasfilm Studios, and they answer to Disney as a whole, but they technically run on their own. It's really kind of, I know it's weird, but
it is weird because the CEO typically has that ability to go, I'm going to fire all those.
This is one of those. Disney's just a weird structure. It's been that way for a long time. All of their nameplates are essentially their own entity unto themselves. They've had their own level of autonomy. I think Tom would agree.
He can't walk over and say,
no, especially not Lucasfilm, right? Because if he could, you think Kathleen would be there anymore? And by the way, she's not really there. I mean, Tom and I have talked about this, until our noses are going to bleed. But it is what it is. And when you get down to this, and I'm going to address this, Darcipio, CNN is not losing money. No, actually they are. They're losing viewership. Actually, I'll take it back. They've actually stabilized where they're at. Warner will probably sell CNN to Bezos. No, they won't. CNN, if you listen to what the plan was for CNN from both Zaslav and from the 321st richest person in the globe, Mr. Malone, they're not going to concede CNN. They're going to change it. It's going to change there. Anyway, go ahead.
To finish answering George's question, though, Bob is just the CEO.
Yeah.
Zaslav is also the president and the CEO. That's why. That's the big difference. So he has all like power over everything. Chapek, on the other hand, he has to go through the board. Like the whole thing with Price, like when he fired Price, that was us seeing that the board has his back. Right. That was a signification to the industry that we are behind this guy. And that's why the media panicked and freaked out. That's why people like Bob Iger were talking smack about him, because Price or Rice or whatever, Peter Rice was one of Bob's boys, and he's probably the one that he actually wanted to be the CEO. But regardless, it's one of those situations where Chapek doesn't have the control over like things like that Zaslav has. Chapek can't stop things like Lightyear. He can't stop other things, but what he can do is force them to hold steady, right? Like he can say, like, as we noticed, there was the last one, the Doctor Strange and the Lightyear, they refused to cut out the lesbian stuff in them. And because of that, they weren't allowed to open the films in certain countries, and they wound up getting backlash in certain other countries because they ended up having to put warnings out for Lightyear specifically.
Lightyear.
And so what that does is help support Chapek's argument that Disney needs to be apolitical. And this is also going along with a lot of the shit Zaslav is saying. Only Zaslav is just flat out saying, not only do we need to stay apolitical, there's nothing wrong with Republicans, right? That's why he's an enemy. And they have been using everything they can to go after his ass.
And I'll say one more thing to remember is that, Zaslav isn't just like some new guy too. Like he was basically running Discovery for many years as well. And Discovery has like a built-in audience of people who are mostly right-leaning, because we're talking about networks like Discovery Channel, HGTV, where you're watching like Guy Fieri cooking shows and people renovate homes and stuff like that, which is kind of the only TV that people on the right still watch to this day.
Well, he caters to both sides, really, but his whole thing is just that everybody watches television.
Yeah.
And he is one of the few guys in that ring right now that will admit that Republicans are good for the economy. That was one of the things that was making the rounds.
He actually said it, Michael Jordan did, like Republicans and Democrats buy sneakers.
Well, and you know what? He actually said it, and Tom can talk about it, but he actually kind of said it. He's like, look, everybody, we need to appeal to everybody. This is the weirdest thing for me ever, because in business, you want to cast the broadest possible net. You don't want to target 2% of your audience, which is what fucking Disney's doing right now.
Well, we're also living in a country now where the president calls half the country threats to quote unquote.
No, more than half the country. It's bigger than that. No, you know what? I'm not going to go off of the numbers that they want us to believe. Yeah. It's bigger than that. And Nano Reaper just says the Zaz just wants to make money.
Yeah, they were trying to use this interview bit against him because he flat out said that, because they were like trying to get him in a gotcha question. He's like, oh, you don't have a problem with a Republican Congress or Senate or something like that? And he's like, no. He's like, no, I don't. In fact, he goes, Republicans are good for the economy. And they're spreading this around like it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. They're thinking this is a gotcha thing for him.
Because, like I said, we've moved the window to now Republicans are, like I said, threats to democracy. They're all fascists now. So it's like, if you don't stand with the Democrats, you stand with fascists. That's their talking point.
Do you know who I stand with? Cotton Connection. Cotton Connection for the win. Of course, always. Thank you, Collie Hond. And let me tell you this. I stand with the puppets. The puppets will win, and you know what? Puppet uprising, cotton connection, all the time.
I knew Zaz was a cutthroat way back when, because even before he was in the conversation about Warner Brothers, I remember bringing up Discovery Plus and who this guy was, and how he was the type of guy who wasn't afraid to throw the baby out with the bathwater, just to try something new. He was the guy who built up Discovery to begin with for what we knew what it was originally, and then after a while when he realized it became stale, he changed it some more. Same thing with Court TV. Overnight, he changed that motherfucker because it just was growing stale. He tried something new, threw it out there. This guy is the lead in pretty much almost any kind of television outside of scripted television, because he consistently knows how to draw in an audience somehow, no matter what you think of their entertainment over there. The thing I kept hearing from people, and this is why I kept bringing him up early in the streaming wars, was because everybody I talked to who was just your, Joe and Jolene, schmo off the street, when I would talk to my cousins and my aunts and uncles and my friends and stuff that aren't really into this stuff that we're into, I would ask them, what services do you have? Well, I got Netflix and I got this and I got that. And I'd ask them, well, if you have Paramount Plus or at that time, it was still CBS All Access. Like, well, did you watch Star Trek Discovery? And then get the response on that and kind of stuff. The one that would always consistently come up was Discovery Plus. And the funny thing was, every time they would talk about, I'm like, Discovery Plus, and they're like, yeah, we got to have it. Like, what do you mean you got to have it? No, we got to have it. Me and the missus got to have it.
But that's the conversation I've had.
And that was the way every one of these conversations were going. And I'm like, all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, what is this Discovery Plus? So I brought up this on, God, it must have been almost 2 years ago now on a morning show. And I'm like, if they can manage to do with any of these services what this Discovery Plus is doing, because I remember then calling it the little engine that could. I'm like, because not only do I hear people saying, I like it, I want it. No, they were saying, I fucking gotta have it.
Hey, do you realize what I watched on a plane?
Micro.
Go ahead, talk.
So I've been watching Discovery Channel stuff for a very long time. Right? And they have some really good shows. That Deadliest Catch was an everyday, had to watch that. And then they had extra stuff from there. Right. Street Outlaws was great. They had all these things and stuff. And they had also documentaries that weren't full of politics. They were just telling you this, and the other thing. And Mike Rowe So Mike Rowe narrated a lot of these things like that. He went on to Facebook, had a very successful show. They closed him down for the Celebrating America show where they would go and find somebody that was doing something good and they would like buy him a car or a panel van or whatever for their business. And he's still doing a podcast. He's still doing stuff. He's got millions of followers. Yeah. And I don't think you can underestimate just how many people are in the United States that like being Americans, that like being good people, that like going out and saying, I'm rolling up my sleeves, I'm going to go get something done. I have a garden in my backyard. I'm doing that kind of stuff. That's who watches Discovery. Everyday people. And we can all get together off of feel-good stories from that. And that's that micro dirty jobs kind of thing that built that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me in the least that the bullshit that we've seen out of CNN and Bad Reboot and NBC and Disney and all of this, they've catered to a fetish. All right. And a political fetish. They've catered to that. They're losing money hand over fist. They have a bunch of people that they're working for them through this DEI and B stuff that have no clue how to do their jobs. They have no idea why their stuff's failing because they're doing everything that they've been indoctrinated to do. And so you finally got some guy who's gone out, made it. He's a very successful person on his own, and he's just being a shark. I mean, you're going to have Zaslav is a shark in a tank with a bunch of minnows.
Which is ironic because I think he's the reason we have Shark Week. But anyhow.
He is. Shark Week. What is one of the most successful things ever? Shark Week. Everybody loves Shark Week.
It's so successful they made it a whole month.
It went from a week to a month. I think they're doing 6 weeks of it now.
It probably has a channel at this point for all we know. It's Shark Week, the channel.
But, I mean, all this stuff that they put together, and I've been quiet for a while, but the Discovery stuff, to me, when I look at America and stuff that's around, it appeals to everybody across every spectrum. There's something there for
it appeals to people who don't live in New York and in Los Angeles that have adopted the idea that America's terrible and capitalism is terrible and we don't like flyover country and all that other crap.
Right. Well, and you know, that dirty jobs thing, Mike Rowe was going and doing things in the sewers of New York and talking to regular people. Every day, got to get up, get their lunch bell, got to go to work, got to come home.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, it's your show.
Is there anything? Well, it's true, but I like you guys.
It's one of his catchphrases.
You're my friends, and it's my catchphrase. So shut up.
Maybe there should be another catchphrase.
George,
he's got another one. It's called
"It's my."
Here's the thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, it's called "Al, don't hit me in the face with nuts."
The next thing he's going to catch is the next phrase he's going to catch is monkeypox.
No.
Oh, he keeps hitting nuts in the face. He will.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Tom knew where I was going.
Is there anything wrong with
set it up and I'll knock it out the park?
With reaching down and making ordinary Americans the star of your show? No. Because that is Discovery. Tom described it. You reach down, you grab.
I don't think they reached and grabbed. I think they scooped and shot. No, but I get what you're saying.
I think we did that in Vegas with Culture.
You're right.
And Zaz is not perfect.
They shot Americana.
There's a lot of people who have disliked some of the changes he's made, and rightfully so. Sometimes you're going to rub people the wrong way, especially when you change a channel overnight. That's going to happen.
I don't like it. I thought I did. I was a little down with Zaslav that he didn't cancel that Discovery Drag Queen.
I didn't get.
You got to remember, he's also, he's so distant from that. He may not even know it exists, or if he does, it's like whatever. But you got to remember, they also try to Zaz's thing is not so much I'm this. It's I'm trying to get every demographic. I don't give a fuck.
But it's 12-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to mention that too. The whole drag queen thing was a production from TLC, and TLC has a lot of questionable stuff on their network.
Yeah. And I want to say this: just like with any corporation, there are certain times you're not going to be in touch with everything. There's just no way to do it.
Touch with anyone in America. That's like the New York and California.
But what I'm saying is, look, when you run a business, and George, you know this, you cannot be tactily in touch with everything. You don't know what this person's doing over here at every moment of time. And when you're talking about these major corporations, and you just can't micromanage to that extent. He's done a very good job of what Tom told you. He
I
takes
agree,
a show.
but he should get rid of that. I mean, how does
He might. You don't know.
He might. We need to raise a stink about it. If not, nobody watches it. Well, then it's going to go away. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I say, keep in mind, TLC is the same network that had a show about a transgender teenager for like 7 years too. So
what?
That's also true. But again, if nobody was, this is this guy. This guy is about who's watching what, if it's making money, et cetera, et cetera. If there's nobody watching it or very few people watching, he's not gonna keep it around. He retools everything. I've never seen anybody do that before. Like completely. I mean, Tom
want to make money.
The guy took an entire channel and made it an entirely different channel.
Well, TLC has got to be one of the worst.
It used to be good
exploitative fucking channels on cable right now.
Like I said, that like My 600-Pound Life, like there's a lot of questionable things that come from that TLC.
But here's the thing: is like
part of the network,
Well, here's the thing: is somebody else is running that specific network. So as long as they're hitting the demographics and they're hitting the money and they're hitting whatever, Zaz is not going to really pay attention. Now, if something comes off and like somebody makes brings his attention to it, that'd be one thing. Here's the thing: we got to remember: it goes both ways. We got to remember he didn't cancel the Batgirl, had anything to do with, probably less to do with the woke and the other factors that a lot of people like to claim, than it just had to do with the fact that the motherfucker sucked. Right? And he knew that this was going to besmirch what he was trying to do. That's what he really gives a shit about more so than anything. And honestly, I don't even know if he 100% knows yet either. And I've been hearing some shit now that's really got me worried more about Alan Horn being involved.
Horn involvement.
Alan Horn in his ear right now is a problem because Alan has him second guessing a lot of the shit he was doing before, from what I'm hearing. That's a problem because this guy was
that built Marvel.
No, he was just there when it happened. Alan's best days are way behind him.
Wait, Tom, just for a second. Mrs. Flu would like to see Jacob smile. She saw Jacob smile in Nevada. I love Jacob.
You have to trade for one from me.
Oh, there it was.
There you go.
Oh, he's a good boy. I like him. What is going on? Yeah, he does. Dude, the guy lights up the room. I got to hang out with him in Vegas. This man, I love him so much. Look, there is nobody that I've met in this entire.
Culture, love you long time.
Why do you do that to me?
I need $50 to make
sucky,
you holler,
$5.
I'm so sad right now.
Culture too buku.
I love everybody.
Too buku.
You know what? I even love you for being, distracted.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of monkeypox, the movie Bros is coming out later this month.
What's Bros?
Talk about sliding into a segue.
He segued the hell out. I don't even have that story up, so I can't even get there.
What is it?
Look, all I know is this. I tried to get this story up a minute ago. Look, this thing's out of control. It's over $200 million. They've dismissed half their staff. They're in the middle of reshoots. This thing's gonna go to $400 million. The Russos are spending Amazon's money like it's water. And it's still
at least they've done something besides you got the Bobbsey twins on Amazon's Rings of Power. They didn't do jack shit. I mean, it's like, hey, give $1 billion to these. I don't know.
You know what, Jacob? Do you have that story? Because you just fired it into the atmosphere.
Well, I think I wrote it earlier this week. So I'm going to pull it up real quick.
What's with all these Star Trek rejects making shit like this recently? I don't get it.
Maybe we should put that on a resume. Worked for J.J. Abrams, will make movie.
Never actually worked for J.J. Abrams. Almost did.
Okay, sorry.
I swear, Star Trek 4 is going to start showing up on more resumes than Freddy vs. Jason. And if those who don't know, Freddy vs. Jason was one of those scripts in Hollywood where literally like every writer and director fucking took a crack at it.
Wait.
That's I just want to point this out. That's a very Pacific insult there, Classic.
It
Cage, I'm not
is.
sure.
Just you're upset with cognitive enough to know he was still married with 8 snot-nosed kids.
Do you really have 8 kids?
Do you have 8 children?
No, not yet.
Are you sure?
Not yet, but he's working on it.
Yeah.
None that I know of. I mean,
that I know of. Yeah.
see, that's the answer.
Yeah,
That's culpable deniability, sir.
Some of the women I know, I hope not.
Maki's
That's
like,
even-
do you have room? Maki's awake. You know what? This means tomorrow's a holiday. That's what this means.
Oh, I gotta be up early, so I don't even know how much longer I'm gonna be sticking around.
Yeah.
I'm going in a minute.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well then, look, it sounds like we're gonna have to shut down. I hate.
No, you don't.
You keep
Don't
going.
delete me. I'm not a butt. Okay, Lisa. I tell you what.
Well, what happened to
Maki,
Bob?
you-
What was
you're
Bob
more than
about?
a little bit invited.
Oh,
the
bro.
next time we roll around, because look, I want to get to the last story of the day. Jacob's got it. We're gonna roll out. I'm gonna send Makini a very targeted invite, and we'll see if he can make
Targeted invite. That
What
sounds
the hell is
rather,
that?
you know,
That sounds like
it didn't
aggressive.
sound good.
That sounds like pegging.
That also didn't sound good. Why did you go there exactly?
Because the way you said targeted
A
invite.
targeted invite does sound like something that a predator would do.
Yeah, it's
it
like
does.
one of those. Wait, we can't even say that MSNBC crew that used to catch those guys because they're that guy who filmed
Oh,
it.
to catch a thingy? Yeah.
I'm Chris
Doing
Hansen. We caught you in the middle of a targeted invite.
Watch out, Makini. You got a Culture Casino inbound flesh torpedo, baby.
Hey, what's the target?
Have a
invite?
seat.
I don't know. Fuck. I
Have a seat. This is Chris Hansen, and you're on targeted invite.
That's right.
I'm very uncomfortable right now. Speaking of being uncomfortable, Makini's here.
One thing I really like is how I asked if I could be on, and a second later, George is like, "Oh man, I got to get going real soon." I'm like, "Really, George? Really?
Racist
Really, dude?"
motherfucker. No.
I didn't even see that. My eyes were closing. How you doing, Mike?
Like, well, this has been a good time, but I was like, "Oh, okay, I see. Only one token person on the time. Is that what it is?"
Crazy. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing excellent.
Jacob, can I share this?
How
story
was
with
the
you,
targeted
bro?
invite? Did it feel good or bad?
I don't know how to feel about that. I just immediately saw the invite and immediately got on.
I promise there is no monkeypox here, at least. Not.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
And look, speaking of monkeypox, oh my! Can you embiggen this? Why is this like the smallest thing ever? How is this happening right now?
What the hell is this?
I miss. You know what? I never thought I'd say this. I miss rom-coms. I miss rom-coms back in the day when they used
This
to
is a
dominate the
rom-com.
theaters.
They actually kind of have
old
one coming
rom-
out. Did you guys see the preview for the new George Clooney, Julia Roberts one? That one
No.
looked like an old school rom-com kind of.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore.
Are you insinuating that I'm an attention whore? 6
Well,
or is it?
Just
What is
you
this
know,
show?
You're about to find out.
No,
Go
this is
for
a-
it,
this is-
Jacob. Tell
this
human
is a-
beings what's happening with this because it's.
I've
crazy.
seen posters around San Francisco this weekend. So.
I'm in Texas. So I
Why
haven't
does
seen
made it-
every
you made
gay
it
man look
smaller
like an
now.
Adonis?
I
I
know.
don't get it.
It's not
Well,
Chad.
It's gay fantasy bullshit that doesn't know because here's the
Okay.
thing: most gay couples, there's one really tiny guy and there's one big burly guy. That's usually what they are.
I'm honest. I'm honestly disappointed by the fact that it doesn't star Tom and Culture.
Okay,
I feel
Me
like I
too.
I really feel like
give the Legion.
Actually,
of
we
Beamers
probably
some
are closer to reality to a real gay couple than
Exactly.
these guys.
Tom and Culture Casino star in Tuesday Tirade Entertainment. Now
This is the equivalent of that whole idea back in the day when they're like, men would think that all lesbians were too sexy lesbians. It's like, no. Most lesbians are manlier than you are. If you've seen a real lesbian, you would
Culture
know.
Casino
Hi,
and
Sher-
Tom
hi.
Connors
Hi Sherry.
in docking station
God,
Coming soon. Coming this fall.
All right, okay.
in the same
get to the
direction.
Can we get to the article?
Hand
please?
Job, the musical.
Oh, don't get me
People are
even
really
started
trying to
on that.
avoid this monkeypox conversation right now. I think that's what it is.
I know exactly.
Look, hetero life mate. Hetero.
Hetero life mate. Okay.
Hetero.
He's married.
Who did we lose? We lost the people.
What?
Oh, we lost Snowdub.
George is still here.
George is still here. Okay, so that was good.
Snowdub had to back out because he might be back though. He said so.
And kick him back. Okay, so here's the thing. I agree. WTF? Look, hetero life mate.
Okay, what is the article about?
I don't know. Can you? Let's
It's
do this.
about
here.
a homosexual romantic comedy.
That's right.
Theater?
Jacob.
I mean, people keep asking questions, and it's like, well, if we can get to the article, I can answer them.
Yeah, there you go. Jacob.
Let the man talk.
So anyway, Billy Eichner is going around telling everyone that this is the first gay rom-com in 100 years. He's really upset.
Wait. When was the one that happened 100 years ago?
Wait, what?
He's
Wasn't
really
there the one with
going.
the Joker?
It's coming.
He's really going all out to let people know that it's a shame that it's taken Hollywood 100 years. He keeps using that term 100 years for Hollywood to create a gay rom-com, right? So in his own words, this is the first movie with two gay guys on screen and for a major studio that has ever been seen in the history of ever. So this is historic. And he wants people to go out there and watch this movie. He went on the MTV Video Music Awards, which is actually still a thing. They still have that. For some reason, even though MTV hasn't shown music in like 20, 30 years. Billy Eichner is going around asking the MTV audience to go watch his game rom-com during a monkeypox outbreak. Now,
Okay, can we back it up for just a second here? Because the whole, like, there's never been anything like this in the history of gay cinema in 100 years crap is bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's start right there.
Wasn't there Brokeback, whatever?
Wait.
Yeah,
hold
well,
on a
there's
second.
that, and there's 100 other things. But yeah.
Wait, so Captain America, Civil War, all three Captain America movies weren't gay rom-coms?
No, apparently not.
Oh, okay.
No, there has never been a gay rom-com in the history of cinema until this movie.
Then what the fuck was Top Gun?
What was Dark Knight? Wasn't the Dark Knight a rom-com?
No.
Yeah.
Until Billy Eichner came along, none of those movies.
There's
ever
people
existed.
like John Waters and John Cameron Mitchell and a few other people, I'm sure, that would love to have a few words with him.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Did nobody see La Caja Falls, otherwise known as
That's another one I was going to bring up. Birdcage.
Birdcage, exactly.
Yeah.
There's been several others.
The Lego Batman movie was more of a gay rom-com than this shit. But it's
What about Batman and Robin? Deech makes a good point.
That is pretty gay
There was
rom-com.
one where I can't remember the name of it, but it was with Julie Andrews, and she played a guy singing in a club with the guy who played Maverick, James Gardner.
Isn't Bosom Buddies a rom-com?
No. Well, that was a sitcom.
You know what I'm
but-
talking about?
Rocky 2 was super gay. I'm sorry.
Oh, I do you one better.
3 is worse. 3 is worse.
I do you one better. I do you one better.
This. It's not gonna make a dollar.
I could do y'all one better. Too Fast, Too Furious.
That might win.
Oh, wow. Okay, look.
Victoria, yes, is the movie.
I'm sorry. Paul Walker and Tyrese having a slap and tickle fight on the dirt. Tell me
Yes, I like the chat joined us. This is the amazing thing. Like, we say it, and then like they get like there after we do. This is amazing. I love it. I'm sorry, guys. There is a delay, and I guess they're amazing. I love it. We're all there. We're all there. Look, there's like a billion examples of this, but anyway, keep going.
Exactly.
Jacob, keep going because I love it when you read things to humans.
All right. So anyway, back to butt sex. So
he's not wrong.
The actor claims that the film Bros is the first gay rom-com ever made by a major studio. He said that multiple times in every single interview that he's done since this movie has come out. He says Bros is making history as the first gay rom-com ever made by a major studio. And
What was Dave?
Every role.
What about Ted?
The first one where every role is played by an openly LGBTQ actor, even the straight role. So apparently gay people are playing straight roles now, but don't have a straight person play a gay role because that's bad. Just throwing that out there.
I find that problematic as a cis male.
Yeah.
Eichner even went as far.
want representation from somebody who knows how to eat pussy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
Wow.
You know what? I will give you
Pussy
$1
matters
if I say that
live.
word.
pussy
Never again on my streams, Tom.
You love it.
No.
Well, I can
I
always turn the
found a
camera
word
on.
that you hate worse than a lot of them.
I was gonna say I could, Tom. If you want, I can turn the camera on to sketch you up some.
It's not just me. Not just me. There is audience members that don't appreciate that. So,
I'm getting in trouble with the boss. I see.
Oh boy, Principal Casino is in the building.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Anyway, back to George Michael's favorite movie, Bros. Is coming back here.
Clam eaters life
I find that problematic because we can talk about cocks and dicks all day long.
Actually, we're talking about monkeypox right now, so that's
Jacob,
very offensive.
In the show, do they go to the Culture Club?
Well, this is a movie, so it's even worse.
Okay,
well, the
so
Blue
it's the
Note
Culture
bar?
Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tom.
Culture Theater.
This is an indication of many people not enjoying the word.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even read that one.
We love this chat. We love you, chat, so much.
So anyway, Billy Boy over here went on some rant about Clarence Thomas because now he's afraid that they're going to get rid of gay marriage or something like that. And he says that they're in the past. Bros is the future. Are you with me at VMAs? Please watch my movie. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada. No one cares. So very, very funny thing about this film. If you guys remember when this trailer came out a few months ago, pre-monkeypox, there was a Red Band trailer, which you can watch on YouTube right now, which actually has a scene that, let's just say, is a gay orgy scene. So there is, in fact, a gay orgy scene in this film. And that was something that was prominently displayed in theaters up until monkeypox became a thing. And now they're only exclusively showing the Green Band trailer for this movie. So I think they understand in that the timing of this film comes at a very, very rough time.
It's kind of awkward. Awkward.
Yeah, kind of a bad time for him.
This
but
movie will not make money. So what's the point?
No,
of
it won't.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what the budget for this film is because I refuse to believe that Warner Brothers not Warner Brothers. This is a Universal movie. I refuse to believe that Universal put more than $20 million into
What
this.
happened to Universal? They used to be when I was growing up.
Oh, they owned by Comcast now. That's what happened.
You remember? You remember the whole? You remember the whole the dark movie MonsterVerse that they tried to take off the ground?
Yeah,
nothing.
That was a success.
The Mummy, the vampire. Yeah, nothing.
The Mummy just crashed and burned right there.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know what the film here was about, Billy Eichner plays a middle-aged podcaster who was hired by a couple of movie producers to write a script for a gay-centric romance film. So essentially, this is a self-insert that's all about Billy. He wants you all to see it.
A middle-aged gay podcaster writing a script for a gay-centric romance. What?
Yes. Wait. Go back up one more time. What's it?
A self-insert.
It's a self-insert. A middle-aged gay podcaster who was hired by movie producers to write a script for a gay-centric romance movie.
I want to be I have a feeling the antagonist will be like a Nerdrotic or a Geeks and Gamers or something. They'll be like the antagonist of this film.
It's gonna be someone with a red hat.
It'll be George.
It'll be God.
Yeah, it'll be
George.
George
Will be the antagonist of this film.
Mm-hmm. George is just spreading his tzatziki sauce all over everyone.
You know, George has one of the best logos I've ever seen.
Yes, he does. I love George's logo.
I don't know. George is hit or miss. He's good about 10% of the time.
Yeah. So to wrap up this story, Billy is hoping that this film will create a wave of gay romance films in the future. He says, "I feel a responsibility to do this well. I've worked so hard on it. I care so much about it, and I wanted to do it well for the sake of LGBTQ stories getting greenlit. So there's a burden that I feel that as much as I want to sit here and talk about how funny the movie is." He wanted to talk about the gay love scenes in the film where they're going to be eye-opening because I already told you there's a gay orgy scene in the film. So there's a part of me that realizes that some of this will be eye-opening for certain people in the audience. I love that too. It's like, great, let's surprise people. Let's shock people. So Sacha Baron Cohen doesn't worry about that. Why should I?
So I can hear the reviews right now. 9 out of 10. It's a gay old time.
Oh, so essentially, like right now, if you don't like She-Hulk, you're a sexist. If you don't like the Rings of Power, you're a racist. So if you don't like this movie, you're a homophobe and a transphobe because they're both in this film. So get ready for all those articles.
I don't want to bring politics, but you notice how closely these properties are coming out before the midterm elections.
Yeah. So if you guys love what you hear, this film is coming out September 30th in theaters very soon. So go out and go watch your movie if you want to support, gay love stories and just not talk about monkeypox in front of anyone.
His
maybe don't make
it Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
I'm calling it now.
Oh my god,
Dave Chappelle is going to be the antagonist.
There's going to be like a Dave Chappelle clone in the movie. Then
he's going
to make a trans.
Calling it right now.
I hear Culture's got a new name, Butt Spelunker 69, and it's going to be on one of these gay rom-coms. So
careful, you use the term butt, somebody's going to get upset.
Hey, stop it. That's not the problem. Look, I have words to say about all these.
Well, what do you have to say about the show?
Butt in front of my mom.
Culture,
if you use the term self-insert, there could be some problems here.
I will laugh my ass off if this makes $69 million at the opening weekend.
I
will laugh my ass off.
It won't. It might make $69 million whole.
No. You think this is going to make more than like a couple million?
Well, actually, this will make less money than the Black Phone, or it'll make less money than
The Invitation.
I'm still waiting to see what the budget of this film is. Like I said, they can't be putting that much into it.
Idris Elba just back to back the worst two openings ever in the history of cinema.
I love Idris Elba too.
This thing might actually like do worse than that, and underscore just how good The Beast was. I'm just saying.
The Beast.
Yeah, it's a film. By the way,
I
George.
know The Beast was the Russian about the Russian tank, wasn't it?
Try again. It was a recent film. Idris Elba was in about a.
No, The Beast. The movie that I saw was about a Russian tank in Afghanistan.
Yeah, I know. Just check out the recent version of The Beast.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No, that's Beauty and the Beast.
No, also not the same.
The Beast was a Slovakian porno from the 80s.
You know what? I quit.
Why do you quit? You should look at that Twitter thing that I posted in private chat.
I'll be honest. I might be wrong in this one. I am projecting it's gonna at a total office over no more than at least 30-45 million.
Come on, it can't make more than a million or so.
So the lovely Sherry did actually. You know what? I love Lovely Sherry.
I confessed my love for her earlier
Sherry
today.
is wonderful. Why? What'd she say?
I have to share. This is a whole. Wow, Cox came back to us.
No, I think you kicked me off the stream.
I did nothing.
Yeah, I saw the button.
Exactly. He saw his hand moving.
No, I'm trying to get to the thing that he sent me. Here's the thing he sent me. Look. The lovely Sherry definitely loves me. I'm going to show you why. You're going to see why.
Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what happened. I was talking about my coworkers being mostly Filipino and how I'm like, I am led to believe that my probably the first wife I ever get will probably be Filipino. And it made Sherry feel like, oh, I'm out of the market. And I had to tell her, it's like, I don't care what. I do not give a damn about what your race is, Sherry. I would wife you in a heartbeat.
Whoa. I didn't need all of the. That's a lot of information I didn't ask for on this stream.
I'm sorry. I confess. I'm sorry.
Confessing your love on my stream, not a good plan. But I want to say,
see, Sherry agrees. Sherry's like,
okay. Look, this is beautiful. This is pure love from the people that mean the shit out of me. Culture Casino identity is no longer.
That's really interesting.
Life is like a box of cultures.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, me too.
That dude looks like he owns a shrimp boat.
I know he does.
Jenny.
God, that resemblance is so close. It's
like, I'm a lot more ripped than Tom Hanks.
Was this culture back in the 70s?
This was like last month.
This is like a few weeks ago.
Culture got shot in the buttocks.
I'm sorry. It just broke me.
Culture Casino on Minds. Culture Casino on Twitter. Culture Casino on YouTube.
Culture
Casino on
his
Getter.
life story will be played by Tom Hanks.
Well,
Probably.
Culture, where
Culture
are you
Casino
here?
on
Is this
Truth.
in Vegas?
That was
Culture
Vegas. That
Casino
was
on
that.
Are
Rumble.
you at a table? That's what I'm asking. It looks
No,
like.
I'm at Meow Wolf, right?
Oh,
I'm in the middle of that crazy ass museum like installation art
Culture
thing. Which,
Casino on Gab.
did you figure out whatever the puzzle was?
dude, this thing's bizarro fucking weirdness, dude.
I know, but did you
Oh,
figure
no.
it out?
No, I don't know that anybody's ever figured this shit out.
Culture
It's fucking
Casino
bananas.
on Twitter.
So we need to get Culture a red hat and a yellow shirt and a yellow button-up shirt.
Culture
Bubba
Casino
Gump.
on the TikTok.
It says Bubba Gump.
Interesting note, in the 2012 film Hit and Run, Bradley Cooper had a very funny joke about being raped by a Filipino man. So just
Culture
throwing that out
Casino
there.
on OnlyFans.
What? No.
Culture Casino on OnlyFans.
No.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Because he likes to spread the butter
Okay,
on
all
the
right.
buns.
One last thing before we drop out for the night. It's something Jacob has decided we have to see. I'm not sure.
Well, I told
Well-
you that you may not, but it is a clip from a video that's on YouTube. So I mean, you know,
But there is no extraneous human genitalia available for observation.
no.
So
Yeah, you
this
technically
is,
can see it.
I can show it. This is from Eichner's Thingy-majiggy, Bobby film.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish Snowdub was here for this. Are you guys ready for this? I'm not ready.
I don't know if I'm ready for it though.
I'm gonna ask. Do you guys want me to show this for those of you in
Show
the?
it.
Do it. See, the problem is that you built it up too much now. Now you have to show it because if you didn't want to show it, you should have said anything.
I'm really uncomfortable with this. I mean,
Just show it.
Then don't show
We'll
it.
show it for 5 seconds, and then everyone can.
I
kind of,
wouldn't.
stare
okay,
or
so the lovely Sherry will enjoy this. I'm maybe 6. I don't know.
Oh my God! Just show it.
Hide your kids, hide your wives, Mrs. Flu. Tell
Kids
us
aren't up.
Are you
Kids
showing
shouldn't
his
be up
vagina?
anyway. What are you doing?
Yo!
Oh,
Well, there's,
what is
It's not that
this?
wow.
This is
Wow.
a scene from the new Billy Idol
Well,
movie,
why
bro.
didn't you tell us this?
This
was
is
a new
exactly what everybody who is anti-gay thinks gay men are.
Yep. And then monkeypox happened, which made this even funnier.
Wow.
Go for it.
So way to go with.
I feel like this is
the
late night
stereotype.
culture. I feel
Always
like
the
this
one
is,
with the revert.
but
the
if I get
baseball
yelled
cap
at for
turned
saying
around.
anything ever again after this, well,
my question is, which one is culture?
Nobody has good hair.
Yeah.
No.
Which
We
one
don't
is
need to see
Tom?
this.
Is
Which
that
one
a
is
guy
George?
wearing underwear or is that blacked out?
No, everybody there has too much hair for Tom.
Okay, which
Nobody
one is
there
F-
has hair on their back.
I feel like this needs to be memed for F&T. I'm just saying, this needs to be memed.
It's already in the process of happening
I
right
know.
now.
This is too perfect.
All right.
Green like literally just like woke up from like a deep slumber. Like when
Well, that's great. On that note, I think I'm going to go to bed.
Sherry, get to it.
Well, we reach. Yeah, Sherry's going to town on that one.
Yeah, Sherry.
Way now. Okay,
Hey.
mostly I've had a good night. I hope all of you have the same. I've got to hang out with my friends. I love this show, and we get random groups of friends in here. They tell us things and stuff.
It's called the monkey paradox.
I haven't had a paradox of any monkeys, but I do have a friend that would know a lot about the rings of power. His name's George, the Giant Slayer.
Oh, thank you for having me on, Coach.
Oh, dude, you're killing it, bro. What do we have to expect?
did you see that Jedi Bill gifted 5 memberships earlier?
No.
Awesome.
That's how much you suck, culture.
Loser.
You don't even pay attention.
Jedi Bill is amazing, a good friend, a guy that you should pay attention to. He does karaoke streams and many other types of things. And gosh, I can't say enough good stuff about him. He's been a member for a bit too. Love that guy. I also want to say that I think this guy, his name's Eric K. Man Flu sees a group of naked men who wants to go to bed. Oof, it's true. Actually.
Yeah.
I guess
Nice,
to
Eric.
get those
Thank
dreams
you.
and it's wow. I'm sorry I
My
missed it.
question
Well,
is, the guy has his baseball cap turned in reverse. Why?
Well, I mean, you don't want to like.
Is
tip
he
your
the
cap
balding
to-
one? I don't get it. I don't know.
I turn my baseball cap backwards all the time. So
I know, but you're not, in one of
oh,
those.
you're not. I'm not in a gay rom
orgies.
com. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not
I
a gay
feel
rom-com.
like I feel sad because without Six in here, I miss a lot of stuff. And six is abandoned.
Well, where is 6?
Where's Six?
I mean, she's in the chat, but she's
not on panel. She's not.
She doesn't like
You're
me
right,
anymore.
Shane.
I mean, I don't like being in like a nightclub with too many people because it gets like hot and sweaty and uncomfortable. So I can only imagine what a gay orgy is like. I mean,
Are you saying that late night culture is basically being in a nightclub with a bunch of hot, sweaty guys? Is that what it is?
Well, I mean, and actually, that makes a lot of sense when we're talking about Billy Eichner. But look, I'm going to get back to this guy who he makes stuff happen.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me on. It was great to see all of y'all. The chat's amazing, always. Y'all are incredible. Hey, Eric, lovely Sherry, everyone else. I wish everyone in the chat a happy Labor Day and have a blessed week. And go check out all these wonderful people. They're great human beings. They make you laugh. They make great art. You even have one who does incredible voices besides bringing you all the entertainment news you could ever hope for, even though I have missed Bat Tom here tonight. I wish he was around. But other than that, you can catch me tomorrow on Bay Staff Monday on Adam Krigler Show, and I will be releasing about 3 videos this week. So I will catch you all later.
Nice.
I want to say this. George is one of the best among us, and he makes great content. If you're not checking out his channel, you're missing out on almost 20,000 people. Is it 20,000 yet? It's almost 20,000 people checking out on the radio.
Right.
You're killing it. Speaking of killing it, this guy here, he draws things and stuff, and mostly lady things and stuff.
Anyway, so
hopefully you didn't gain any inspiration for some of the things we showed on this podcast today.
Oh no, hell no.
Whenever I look at Makani's drawings, I feel like Beavis and Butthead put
together. Culture, we were talking about She-Hulk earlier, and Culture got me so fired up over She-Hulk that I had to make that I'm basing tomorrow's sketch diary video on how I have a problem with She-Hulk's overt attempts at male bashing and male discrimination. I'm still trying to figure out a title for it. And it got me fired up. If you guys have not watched the Sunday Culture Review earlier, I was really fired up about that. So check that out. That's going to be Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific on my channel. Other than that, I am going to be working on the second set of channel emotes and start doing channel badges this week as Makini Live will return on Sunday, September 28th. So mark your calendars, guys. I'm so happy to be back on. Thank you all. Thank you for letting me be on the first time on a late night culture stream. I hope to be on in the future.
I can't believe you're here. I was like, oh my God.
I love this side of culture, by the way. I love this more loose side. Like culture's he's like during the day, he's like very okay, guys, we gotta, be serious here. Let's be for culture. Let's be civil here. But culture's like, screw it. Let's have some fun tonight. I like this side of culture.
Well, George had to convince.
He still yells at me like he's got a stick up his ass.
You know what? You're at my hetero wife meet. I'm allowed to yell. Speaking of yelling,
a big stick.
You know what? You know what? Just say goodbye, fucking Tox. Jesus Christ.
Goodbye, fucking Tox. Okay.
That's not what I said.
That's how culture ends all his streams, by trying to have sex with me, apparently. Okay.
No, you know what? Promote that we're doing tomorrow.
Yelling at parked cars. Yeah, we're doing yelling at parked cars in Comics Division tomorrow at 9 Labor Day. We're going to have Southern Belle on. We're going to be talking about 9 p.m.
Oh,
9 p.m. Sorry. And we're going to have Southern Belle on, who's somebody's been in our chat and knows a whole lot about what's going on with the food shortages and things like that. So be a lot of fun there. And going to have a blast. Culture might even be there.
What?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, something could happen.
Yeah,
Are you gonna see that
are you
tomorrow?
rooting for the car crash that I die in, dickhead?
No. I'm just saying you could have. You might have to
Hey,
edit
I'm
a
waiting
video,
for
or
my
you get someone.
cookies. No car crashes till I get my cookies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Send
well,
the
the boss-
cookies.
You know what? Everybody, calm down. The cookies.
Why does Jacob look like he's like concentrating on like making bomb plans or something?
No, just for your
I'm just
house.
trying to
though.
suppress Game Awards coming
Just
out
for
of
your.
my mouth.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Apparently, we have a fun fact from
Whoa.
In case you're ever worried about AI, well, I'll pull Bat Time out in here a minute. In case you're ever worried about like AI taking over, just remember this fun fact: self-driving cars can be trapped using a ring of salt. If laid out correctly, the car's visual processing AI will interrupt the ring as no entry marking on the roadway, and just sit there like an idiot.
Why do I have a feeling this is in California? I just something tells me this has to be in California.
It looks like it, but it doesn't matter. Like, just remember, kids, we could probably outsmart the machines.
Yes.
That's
So
all
instead
I wanna
of
say.
yelling at parked cars, it's salting our parked cars. Is that what we're doing? That's right.
Apparently,
That's,
you just trap self-driving cars in demon circles, and then they
All
just can't
for
drive.
Exactly. It's like an exorcist,
Yeah.
The power of
You guys, I'm saying goodbye.
Somebody put up the bat signal.
The power of Morton compels you.
What's going on?
Batman. Is the
bat time.
Batmobile self-driving, or is the bat
Is it electric?
Is the electric?
Batmobile self-driving? No.
Okay. But see, that's the way the Joker can stop your Batmobile is to drive soft, to put like a pit of salt.
I want to know from Batman. He's not going to let Robin watch this rom-com called.
Is the bat in the
He's an impressionable young child. He does not need to be watching shows of that sort. He should be watching things that are good for kids. Like Conan the Barbarian and Cobra. Shit like that. Stuff that'll teach him how to be a man.
Woody Woodpecker was a good one. That'd be good to watch.
I personally prefer
I truly am in the weirdest place right now. But look, this guy does stuff. It's good stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, I do a whole bunch of stuff. Most of it's legal.
Is it gay stuff?
No.
I don't do that. Mine's is more like premeditated. We'll get to it later on. So I have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, and you guys should go subscribe to them. I also have a Rumble and an Odyssey, so just search for Society Reviews on all of those platforms. Tomorrow night we're gonna have a bunch of people on because we're talking about Jaws. We're gonna have a little discussion about that classic film and whether it's worth it to watch it in 3D.
I just watched it in 3D.
Yeah, it's not great. And then
I liked it. What?
We'll talk about that tomorrow and a couple other things. We also got some movie news to talk about tomorrow as well.
I hope you just mean your 3D experience because the movie is a classic.
Yeah, no, not the movie, just the 3D experience.
And I thought the 3D was great. But
and then Tuesday we have the Barroom podcast. I think we're at episode 14 of the Barroom, so we're obviously going to be talking about She-Hulk, Power of the Rings. There'll be a few other topics we'll talk about. I'm sure Olivia Wilde might be discussed on there as well. So we'll do that on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I have a show. We're going to do retro wave reviews. We're going to be talking about the greatest Super Sentai series of all time, Die Ranger. We'll be talking about that one with a group of good fashion nerds. And then, of course, right after that, we have the Black Pill stream at Bounding in the Comics YouTube as well. We'll talk about all the news of the week. So that's everything that I got coming up. So, Society Reviews, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You can find me on all the platforms. Just look for me and I'll be there.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Oh man, I had so much fun tonight. I don't even think you guys realize it. We had a lot of stories we didn't even get to.
Like what?
Well, I mean, we could have talked about obviously Citadel, which I wanted to talk about a little bit.
The monkeypox outbreak in cultures.
No, I mean, Citadel went way over
House.
budget for Amazon. It's going to continue to go over budget for Amazon. It might be the first $400 million thing that's not the Lord of the Rings if it works out the way
What's
it's
it
going.
about?
But Spider-Man No Way Home on the $3 movie thing rocked the box, and as Tom said, might have been somewhat disappointing for people. And then we ended up with
what is that?
I don't know.
What?
It's not me.
What
Sounds like
happened?
somebody's rubbing a box. All right.
Hey now, but I do know
this is not
that
Amaranth's Twitch here.
Lord-
I can say box, can't I? Jesus.
Yeah, you can say boxer. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, the
What if they-
Rings of Power, didn't exactly, do anything other than
25 million people culture.
I don't
watched
believe it. I don't believe it.
how many millions of Tolkien fans are there? 300 million,
300 million to 600 million.
600 million.
3 to 6. I don't believe the 25 million until I see numbers, real numbers, because they tried to pull that shit with the Super Bowl trailer. 274 million people watched it.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch to say it was 2.5 times more popular than the Game of Thrones sequel. It's like, I don't know about
It's
that
a
one.
huge stretch considering,
It's had horrible marketing, not Tolkien. They got idiotic
Speaking
actors.
a huge stretch, should we talk about that Bros gay show with the monkeypox orgy again?
Not again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we don't want our noses to rot on this podcast, so we're not going to do that.
Look,
So what else did you want to talk about, Coach?
We're gonna fill the next 8 minutes with complete nonsense. I promise you.
I'm just trying to find a title for this video because I'm literally having
You
trouble.
do an outro?
No. But
For which video? This one?
So
Yeah,
no,
which
it's for tomorrow's video. It's like I'm thinking of
Did you get
female...
that at the show?
Oh, sorry.
No, I've had that.
Does the mouse move?
That's Bruce.
Nice. It's Tom's Jaws fleshlight.
That's as
I've got a
effective
lot
as-
of Jaws stuff.
Yeah, that was as effective as the first Bruce in the film. But anyway, look, we have to fill 7 minutes of content here.
Okay, how about this?
Why 7?
Well, because to get us to
I could
3
sing
hours-
the Stallion song again.
No.
How about this? I got
I do have her new single here.
No.
What about okay? I got some ideas like the
No,
underlying.
I have ideas,
Oh,
but you're
sorry.
not going to
well-
like them.
Well,
Are
I
you
was gonna.
ready?
It's
I
a
was gonna
Christmas
list off-
song and it's a
Your show.
radio
Why
edit.
would we care?
I was
You
gonna
know,
say I was
why
gonna
is
list. I
it-
was just thinking suggestions.
I'm just trying to understand why 7 minutes. Why not 10?
You know what?
10,
You know-
that's 3
bye,
years.
everybody.
Oh god, we're gonna have to do like 7 minutes of improv.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh god, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
That's right. That's right. Slap it. Crap it. Whap it. Whap it. That's my... It's my wet ass.
Let me show you what's up.
It's in your face. It's all over the place.
Just to make a statement, I know there's no turning back. Oh god, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad.
What is this?
And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh god, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back.
I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like whatever
yeah,
it
yeah,
is
we're here.
probably racist.
I don't know. Well, we got the two black guys on panel, so it's just us here. Hey, everyone! Looks like we're gonna have to bring it home.
Hey, can you play the right Eminem song that?
I don't think he wants to get I don't think he wants to get this stream demonetized. I think we're already kind of on that edge of not making making Auntie Susan as
Yeah, well, I mean, we got Tom talking about fish tacos for like an hour, so this video is already done. So we might as well just play it.
I know. I think we already got I think Culture may have already got the yellow dollar sign of sadness. If not, then it's wrong.
It's still the wrong one. There you go.
What is this?
With a man barber, please shut up. With a man barber, please shut up. Fuck it, no one listen.
You all act like you never seen a man barber, boy. Balls all on the floor like Eddie Culture playing with toes. Kids changing his outfit worse than before.
Hip no, we can't do blackface anymore. The return to barber, wait, is he not here?
Let me guess, he had to work yet again?
Didn't he?
An imperious say, nothing, you idiots. He's not a mad barber boy yet. The women all love Mad Mardigan. With all his misogyny, he makes him grin. Look at him, talking about his New Zealand Batman and his Quaker still.
You got the ass so cute too.
Yeah, he got a couple of roasts, still have to do. But no worse when he uses that kitty boast too. Sometimes I want to get on YouTube to let loose, but I can't, but it's called cold slump to act the fool.
Culture's got the shit. Culture's got the shit.
Cause the makers are growing out his armpits.
And these are the lessons that today I had learned.
Yeah, these kidnappers didn't want him, so they had him returned.
What the hell?
Fuck you, Gilded!
So, George, I'm so glad that you were able to be on this. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
But this culture thing is kind of weird.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be doing here right now?
It's some kind of outro thing that they're doing. I think he and Mad cocked it. I've just been throwing in intermittent.
Oh my God, the cock.
And in and around, and it makes sense in the rap song, but I really don't like not having the power to flash culture in various stages of wearing a banana hammock on the show. So
I'd like to know what song that is where the guy is riding the bike. Who did that? You know, the first outro?
Oh, I don't know. Are we all here now? Is the show over?
I can't tell.
I think he's just waiting like another 47.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I have no.
I see.
Can I ask you guys something? Is this what it's like
I'm
every
gonna
time?
suck on your Christmas balls.
Can
Suck
somebody
on
explain to me,
your
is this what it's like
Christmas
every
balls.
Sunday?
Oh, baby.
Can I get an answer, please? I've been a
cream
lost
filled.
words right now.
Oh,
What the hell is
baby.
going on here?